with more than 60 varieties to choose from. Shipley's Donut serves freshly made delights daily. Visit them today at 2225 South Cimarron Boulevard.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. Check out their new blackened chicken in a bowl with $2 queso. It's so flavorful. Next time, I'm trying the fresh grilled steak. Check them out. Tijuana Flats.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Are you drowning in credit card debt and tired of your financial situation? You are not alone. These times of massive inflation have people just like you strapped. The Debt Management Group can help. In the first free call, they will explain all the relief programs you may qualify for to get you out of debt fast without having to file for bankruptcy. Here are what a few Debt Management Group clients are saying about their service.
They saved me thousands of dollars, especially in interest. I would have never paid off this debt without their help.
I felt like it was a burden lifted off my shoulders. It felt amazing, and I felt like I could actually see a future for me and my kids.
The sooner you call the Debt Management Group, the faster you can get the relief you deserve. Call now to get a free debt assessment. It's free information on all the debt relief programs you qualify for, plus guaranteed confidentiality. Call 800-375-1169. That's 800-375-1169. Call now to find out about the best debt forgiveness, consolidation, modification, and settlement programs available. 800-375-1169. That's 800-375-1169.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Have you made your favorite station a preset on our new and improved iHeartRadio app?
Wait, what?
What about your favorite podcast?
You could do that?
Yeah, you really can.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. And with the all-new live radio dial, it's easier than ever to discover new stations you'll love. Plus a new trending section and the lyrics to all your favorite songs.
Love the new look of the iHeartRadio app, guys.
It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Wawa Rewards members can enjoy $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream now on your free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, PAY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, January 17th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From his TikTok dead or what? To Biden is going to leave a bombshell letter for Trump. And Apple pulls AI news after insane mistakes. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened, man?
We got a last-minute message. That's what happened. I can't believe it. Just looking at this here. Yes, it's from the CEO of TikTok has sent us something. Let's see what the CEO of TikTok says.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody!
Oh yeah.
We made it with Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back for making it this far. The weekend is upon us. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Ready to Friday for sure. How are you?
I'm ready to Friday, too. I don't know what that means, but I'm ready to do whatever that entails.
Yeah.
If that's like, party, let loose, break some rules, get in trouble.
To time that's not a weekday.
That sounds less fun,
okay.
but yeah, in that ballpark, yes, right.
I mean,
in
you're
that
doing it. It's
adjacent
just the
ballpark.
description sounds.
I didn't really sell it. All right, how about get ready for the weekend, y'all? What's gonna happen?
Everything is bested by just playing the horns and screaming Friday. It's like, you try to do any inspiring message, and then no, it just falls apart.
No!
It just doesn't. All right, everybody. We want to hear from you today, so do join us with the dispatch. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go over to Fox News, where Sean Hannity is hosting his program, which he does in between vaping, because, man, does this guy like to vape. He's the king vape. And, like, he'll be doing...
Hannity's king vape?
Hannity's king vape.
I didn't
King
know
vape.
that.
Yeah. He'll be. I don't know if he got Tucker on it or I don't know what happened, but
No, Tucker does the Zin.
The Zin, yeah, he's onto that. But Hannity will be sitting there doing an interview, and they'll cut the camera away from him, and it'll go back, and you'll see the vape cloud. You know, like you didn't see him hit it or anything.
Are we 100% sure it's not like a tiny fog machine that he requested?
It could be, but as far as I'm aware, because I've seen it cut back before, and he's got his vape pen on the desk in front of him, and he's
is
really...
it name brand? Like, is it the Juul? Or
It's a Juul, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But he's talking with PETA. He's having a conversation with them.
Oh,
PETA,
the kid
big
from
fans
Hunger
of the
Games.
show. No. The organization, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
That was a
is,
niche
the
joke,
group.
but those that are fans of Hunger Games, you're going to know what I'm talking about.
I got you. I knew where you were coming from there. But this is what happened when he was talking about his diet and talking to the PETA lady.
My diet consists of basically, I'm a carnivore diet, a keto-friendly diet, which is eggs and meat. You have a problem with my diet?
First of all,
bitch.
It's kind of a weird question. Here's what I eat, bitch.
I eat eggs and meat. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, say something right to my face. Vape.
You got a problem with that? Yeah, that would have been the perfect time to hit a vape, honestly.
Yes.
It's like, I do the carnivore diet. It's eggs and meat. That's what I eat. What do you think about it, huh? You offended?
Basically, I'm a carnivore diet, a keto-friendly diet, which is eggs and meat. You have a problem with my diet?
Well, I think you might have a problem with your diet eventually because people who eat a lot of meat and eggs have higher rates of heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke. But the fact is, the meat and egg industries are very cruel to animals. Well, no, you know what?
Oh, God.
Address
problem
that.
with people like me
industry
that eat.
and
Trust me, it's not going anywhere from here. That's it. It's just people yelling at each other.
You ask a question, and she gets 4 words in before he immediately has to talk over her. And then as you stopped, it was like, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
But how about you hang on?
Well,
You got
she
a
didn't
problem
answer
with
his
me?
question, so he got a little perturbed.
I thought it was a perfect answer. You
She
may have
said-
a problem down the road.
Yeah, you might have a problem down the road because your heart's going to explode.
But she didn't answer his question.
You know what he should have? He said, my numbers are all good. A king move would have been you display your numbers on the screen right then. And you go, huh? Cholesterol?
You walk over to the meteorology station. Not that they have one in Fox News, I think. But you walk over to the meteorologist desk, and instead of showing the radar, you just put the numbers on the big screen. Here's my cholesterol. You got a problem with that?
Take a look at this LDL I got going on over here.
Vape smoke.
Yeah, that's the showdown that went down yesterday. That's what they do over on cable news networks these days, I guess. It's down to that. So enjoy it if you'd like. Not many people do anymore, I don't think. But you should enjoy TikTok while you can. And
I'm
trust
so
me,
confused.
I know. I love to stop talking about this, and I thought we were going to be able to because Biden's like, I'm leaving it alone. I'm not doing anything. And Trump can deal with it. And then Trump was saying, I'm going to keep TikTok. I'll save him. I'll do something about it.
I feel like Terry Schiavo died quicker than TikTok.
It may be the case. And we got the Supreme Court this morning weighing in. And all these dummies in Congress are like, hold on, wait, what? We banned TikTok? Oh, God, how do we roll this back? Chuck Schumer's out there. He's going, how do we save on
My niece was on there once.
Yeah, they might be getting calls from family members who are like, Schumer, what are you doing? Why did you? It's like, we got to save it now.
I want to say a few words about protecting TikTok's future while also protecting America's national security at the same time.
Gotta do both.
It's clear that more time is needed to find an American buyer and not disrupt the lives and livelihoods of millions of Americans, of so many influencers who have built up a good network of followers.
Think about the influencers, would you?
Finally. Thank you.
My gosh. It's clear more time is needed to find an American buyer. They don't want to sell, Chuck. They don't want to sell.
What if we made them American citizens?
All the Chinese people?
No, just, the ones in
ByteDance.
charge of the selling. Yeah. Just like a visa of some sort,
I think that there's no good solution to this. I think it's hilarious that all these old people were like, China bad, TikTok bad, let's ban it. And by the way, I'm on the bandwagon now.
Oh,
Why?
Sean.
I'll explain in a moment because I got a plan here. I got a plan that could save America. I'll save all of America with my simple plan that we'll get to in just a moment here. But Schumer is saying we've got to save TikTok now.
That's why last night, Senate Democrats tried to pass a bill that will extend the deadline to give everyone more time to come up with a workable solution. But Senate Republicans blocked our bill, which is stunning because time is running short.
You guys are the ones who did this. What are you talking about? My God. It was Congress taking action on this that led to this whole stupid thing to begin with. And now they're like, well, what are we going to do about this? And it's so confusing. President Biden says he won't enforce a ban on the social media act or the social media app TikTok that's going to take effect the day before he leaves office. And he says he's going to leave it up to the incoming Trump administration.
So we're good for this weekend.
That's what you would think. But then the Supreme Court said they upheld the federal law that bans TikTok on Sunday unless it's sold by the China-based company that runs TikTok. Now, all of this is dumb, and you're very likely tired of hearing about all of this. I have had a good time, all right? I'll tell you why I've had a good time. I was exploring the world of RedNote, the mega China app that everybody decided we're leaving TikTok. We'll go over to the Super China app, right?
Okay.
And
this app is even more China than TikTok?
Oh, yeah. It's all the way China, this one. It's called, they call it Red Note here, but it's really called Red Book, which is after Mao's Red Book.
That's how China is not even in English. You
Correct.
just don't even know it's red.
No, and a lot of the content, like from what I understand, American users that are going over there are asking to be taught Mandarin, and the users in China are like welcoming them with open arms.
No, some of them are. Some of them are making fun. Like one of my favorite memes was they keep using these memes of blind guys, and it says American users signing the terms of service because it's all in Chinese. It's like none of it's in English. None of the app is in English. They're just like, powering their way through the screens.
We're all going to end up like Chris Farley on the Japanese game show. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
And my favorite thing is some of the Chinese people, for the first time, getting to make jokes about Americans. And an American who went over to this Red Note app goes, what are some jokes that you guys tell each other about Americans? And the Chinese people started to respond. And one of them said, why do you guys eat like you have free health care? And I thought that was pretty funny. And I thought the Chinese people finally bagging on Americans was pretty funny. But here's my 7D chess move here, right? Okay, if you think about if the U.S. banned TikTok, then the list of websites that are banned in the U.S. or apps would be like one. There's not a whole bunch that are banned here in the United States of America from censorship or use and all that stuff. But in China, I've got the Wikipedia entry up. Strangely enough, Wikipedia is banned in China, along with Google, YouTube, Facebook, Yahoo. The list goes on and on. Reddit, Netflix, Zoom, Bing, Instagram, Twitch. You can't get to any of these. Spotify, Messenger, LinkedIn, Skype, SoundCloud, Dropbox. Probably New York Times, Guardian, Discord, Flickr, Huffington Post, DuckDuckGo. I could scroll for days here. All these are websites that are actually banned, including Clubhouse, which I didn't know was still around, in China right now. So Chinese people don't get to encounter Americans online very much. They don't get to. Our TikTok, their TikTok, not connected. They're not connected to each other. So for once, all the Americans go over to this offshoot thing called Red Note, and they're interacting with Chinese people. And call me crazy, but I think the Americans have a better chance of winning over the Chinese people to what setup is better than the Chinese people have of doing the opposite. I think us being over there and interacting with Chinese people because TikTok is banned right now and we're forcing some communication is actually good. I think it's a good thing.
I agree with you, but I also think that there's this bigger picture of the civilians aren't mad at each other.
No, not at all.
It's
not
our governments that are just being, curmudgeon about all of this. Can't we
that's
just
the coolest thing. That's the coolest thing in the world to see, where people mix on these platforms and the Chinese people are like, hey, what's up, Americans? Americans, we're ragging on each other.
What did they, wasn't there a hashtag going on Red Note, like refugee, like something refugee, TikTok refugee?
TikTok refugees, yeah. And I forgot how many times it was used, but if it was 10 million, I don't think I would be overshooting. So a lot, right? Like all of these people are having their first interactions with Americans and Americans with Chinese people and vice versa. And I think that's kind of cool. Call me crazy, but I think that could do more good than banning TikTok. They're looking at it all the wrong way. They're going, we have to ban TikTok because it's shooting Chinese influence into the eyes of our kids and brainwashing all of them. Well, if we get American culture even more injected over into China, I think we could do the brainwashing. I think we don't have to do it
for brainwashing.
It's just, I mean by exposing them to American life. I think that in a way would do more than what they're calling like this brainwashing. I think it would be good.
What was your first video?
On Red Note?
Mm-hmm.
It's very different than I thought. I thought it was going to be like a TikTok thing. It's more, I think I've heard it compared to Instagram and Pinterest or something. And I didn't download it. I didn't install the app or anything on my phone. I just watched videos of other people showing what the content was like and what the interactions were like. And I thought it was interesting. I think it's interesting that people got over there to begin with, since nothing's in English. And it's one of those things. I'm sure people will abandon it before too long. But
can you be like an English username on it?
I think so, yes. And they're hiring.
Because if we just start picking random Chinese letters, we're going to eventually offend somebody.
We have no idea what we're spelling out. It could absolutely be the case. So what's going to happen? We don't know. Maybe it ends on Sunday and we could all cheer, or maybe not. The Supreme Court on Friday unanimously upheld the federal law, that's all of them, banning TikTok beginning Sunday. Sale does not appear imminent, and although experts have said the app will not disappear, the TikTok bosses have said they will block it and put a little pop-up notification. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So we just watch and we see if TikTok is RIP or not. We try to move on with our lives, okay? All right. When we come back, we have so many things to get into today. Should be a fun day on the show. And one thing I want to talk about is this teacher that is in big trouble in New Jersey. And for good reason. She will not only never be teaching again, but she should be behind bars for a while. Wait till you hear what this woman did and the child that was involved in this, what his parents let happen, because it's all a real crazy story. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
What's more exciting than a brand new iPhone with a dozen cameras? How about Real Radio on your iPhone? Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
Multiple lanes are blocked due to an accident on Highway 1792 northbound at Ridge Road. Authorities, emergency crews are clearing up a serious accident affecting all lanes on State Road 520 westbound at the beach line there. There's an accident where Aloma Avenue meets Ellendale Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Well, let me keep this simple. If you have problems with your air conditioning in your house ever, and you want a company that's honest and going to help you out like you need to be helped, lean on Mills Air. They are going to be the company that treats you like you should be treated, and they're going to help you out no matter what kind of AC you have. Their techs are the best of the best. They can service any brand out there, so don't worry about that. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Future Health. Do you know how GLP-1s like Ozempic and semaglutides can help you lose weight? Find out if they're right for you at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-Week Challenge. The Metamucil 2-Week Challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 Fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients, and we prepare you to practice with immersive experiences and on-demand resources to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Regardless of who you are, if you pursue nursing education at Galen, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu.
We talk a lot about the diamonds at International Diamond Center, but did you know that over half of our showroom is dedicated to fashion jewelry, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, rings?
A woman comes in, it might not be her statement piece that she wears every day, but for a night out with friends, she wants to find that piece that truly shows her character and her taste.
IDC's Ryan McMahon says he loves seeing women come in and treat themselves.
And they deserve it. Every lady should have multiple pieces of jewelry that make her feel confident and happy when she wears it.
Colored gemstones, mixed metal styles, stackable pieces, bold looks, IDC has it all from the world's premier designers.
Our fashion pieces, they don't just sit stagnant. They're constantly changing out. We always have our thumb on the pulse of the industry. When you come into one of our stores, you see all of the latest looks that you'll see on any TV program, magazine, you name it.
Find the perfect piece of jewelry for any occasion or no occasion at all at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs Mall at Millennia and Waterford Lakes.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. P-A-Y. Pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
Thoughts too, and a teacher is in big trouble. We'll get to all that in a moment. If you missed any of the show today or ever, you can always catch up with the podcast. You'll find that at thenewsjunkie.com. Parents, it's time to be honest here. I want some honesty. See, Len, your kid's too young for you to really weigh in on this, but I don't know, maybe you have thoughts. When a parent drops their kids off at school, I think there's some things that go on. There's some fears. And I think that parents have the right to wonder about this stuff and worry even. You drop your kid off at school, you go, is there going to be a shooting at the school today? Is there going to be some kind of incident that my child is going to be involved of? I get it. I understand why you would feel that way. You see all these terrible stories in the news, et cetera, et cetera. I wonder, do any of your parents, honestly, when you drop your kid off at school, are you to the point yet where you go, well, hope the teacher doesn't try to have sex with my son?
Oh, wow.
I wonder if anybody's actively thinking about this. Like, hey, I have seen a lot of these stories, more so than almost anything else. These teachers, and there's so many of them that end up in these sexual relationships with these students. How many stories have we had on the show talking about this? Countless, right? It's so many of them. But I wonder, does a parent drop off? Do you actually consider this? Do you talk to your kids about this? Do you say, hey, if the teacher starts getting flirty with you and asks for your Snapchat, let me know. Tell me about this.
God,
I could see that being on the radar nowadays, especially with this story that we're going to get into here in a moment. But like, it's a legitimate concern. It's not as bad as your kid being in some horrific incident, obviously,
True.
but it's like it's definitely something you have to at least think about.
I just wonder what the signs are. I mean, obviously, Snapchat seems to be a big factor once they get caught. But are they paying a little bit more attention to the student? Are they being nicer to the parents, like going extra to reach out to kind of divert their attention from what they're actually doing with their child?
In the story we're going to get into, it's totally different than that, but that is a good question. What would be the signs? Do you think the other kids in the classroom know? Like, do the fellow students like, oh my God, do you see how she talks?
Some cases, yes. Some cases, no. I think signs would be, and this would also be determined upon whether or not you're keeping track of your kids' phones, emails, social accounts, but are they DMing? Are they
That's immediately a red
texting
flag,
each
right?
other?
That's immediately.
Yeah.
I saw a story the other day where somebody said, am I out of line? And it was like it's the G-rated version of Am I the Asshole? And somebody goes, my daughter's coach sent her this text message. And the message was a thing, and it was like a nail polish color that was like slutty pink or something. And the guy was sending it. He said, this made me think of you. And the father got outraged and complained and told the school. And everybody was in unison saying, no, this is absolutely inappropriate. Just the act of a teacher messaging a student, I think, is inappropriate. I don't think the teacher should have direct communication with the kids outside of the classroom. I think it's weird. I think it leads to bad things. I think they shouldn't friend them on social media platforms with their like personal profiles.
I mean, in high school, like I was very involved like with extracurricular and student government or whatever. So there were teachers, because of their roles in those activities, that I had their numbers. Mm-hmm. And sure, I sent in a couple boob pictures, but it took so long to download.
This is old school.
Yeah. But it was, I remember that was like the start of Facebook. MySpace was definitely around, and you couldn't find anybody. Like there was no teachers that were available. I think it was, years into college where I finally found like one teacher.
But now they're probably all on there, right? Or at least the vast majority of them are online and available.
I'm sometimes surprised that there's not more of a school policy that says, hey, you can't be social media friends with your students.
Do we know if there is? There could be teachers reach out to us. Let us know what your thoughts are on this. As we, maybe somebody took the day off. we got a water bottle vodka teacher, for God's sake.
True.
That dispatcher is off today, I think. This is a teacher named...
that's the whole reason that there's vodka in the water bottle. He works.
Hey, we are saying too much.
Laura Karen is the name of this teacher that's been busted. And this story is a wild ride. Happened in South Jersey, Middle Township. Let's listen to some of the details here.
She was trusted by the school district and by parents. But tonight, a fifth grade teacher in Cape May Courthouse is accused of having a sexual relationship with one of her students.
Okay.
Detectives say the abuse started when the child was 11 and lasted for years, and that the two share a child. Wednesday.
Jerry.
Yeah. He was 13. She had a kid with him at 13.
Laternoed.
Yeah, and the parents were letting him and his brother and his sister spend all sorts of time over at this teacher's house.
Did they notice when she was pregnant?
They did. Hold on, let me get there. All right, the parents were letting these kids spend all this time over there, and then for like 2 years, the kids were living with this teacher. And the teacher would go away and do stuff with this one brother. And then the other siblings were catching on to this. Nothing happened until finally his father commented on a Facebook post that the teacher posted online. She posted a photo of her child, and the father posted, "Sure does look a lot like my son."
Oh. Wow. That's weird.
Started the investigation, I guess. We'll learn more about this in a second, but that's what led to all of this. And I really question the parents here, too. There's so much to unpack. Let's learn a little bit more.
Tonight, I'm Shari Williams. Rick has the night off. The big story on Action News tonight is a South Jersey teacher behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young boy and having a child with him. Action News reporter Leland Pinder has the story from Cape May County, and detectives say the investigation is far from over.
Middle Township Police and the Cape May County Prosecutor's Office both investigating here. Prosecutors say these alleged crimes occurred between 2016 and 2020. But
so this went on for like 4 years. There was a child that was born out of this.
Parents knew.
Like it says, over the years, the parents of the victims said the family became friends with Karen. That's the teacher. Her last name is Karen, Laura Karen, which ultimately led to them even allowing their boys and daughter to stay at her home at times. The visits began 1 to 2 nights a week, but the children stayed with Karen permanently from 2016 to 2020. You got like kid cucked, and the teacher now has your kids living at their house. What's going on with the parents here? Dad wants to be father of the day when he sees a photo on Facebook finally, but for years and years and years, they just let their kids stay here. The victim's sister, who stayed at the house at one point, told police she thought her brother was about 11 when this started. There was a shared room on the second floor. She noticed her brother would be in the teacher's bed the next morning all the time. And when her brother would shower, the teacher would enter the bathroom and lock the door, and all this other stuff kind of popped up. And she confirmed that her brother was doing this with the teacher.
Man.
So what's going on? Now, our parents, is it normal for parents to start going, do I have to worry about who my teacher is? Which must be very weird for completely normal 30-something women teachers, because everybody's going to start thinking that you're doing this as well.
Well, maybe, I mean, have we done our study yet? What are the statistics at this point?
What
Obviously,
percentage?
It's a very juicy headline. Every time this happens, the news picks it up and likely goes viral, especially if it's something like this.
Right, of course.
But statistically speaking, there has to be a number there of how likely it is. One in out of how many students have a sexual relationship with a teacher.
I feel like we've searched this before, Celine, but can you find out how many teachers are there in the United States of America? There's a lot. I know there's a lot. It's a big job, and somebody's got to do it. So the first thing is we have a lot of teachers, a lot of female teachers, and then you're going to have the number I would imagine would be pretty small of them that would have been convicted, but it just seems to occur a lot. And it certainly gets a lot of attention afterwards. What are we talking about? Total number of teachers.
Says total number in 2022, there were over 4 million teachers.
Okay, that's a lot of people. So that's like when they do a sting and they go, Disney employees nabbed in sting. And wow, does this have something to do with Disney culture? No, they just hire a lot of people and there's some weirdos in there sometimes.
Average age of teachers in the U.S. is 42 years old. 74.3% of teachers are women, 25.7% men.
Damn.
The most common ethnicity of teachers is white.
Mm-hmm. All right.
9% of all teachers are LGBT. And teachers are 82% more likely to work at education companies than private companies.
I would venture to guess there's not a statistic how many of them have done this kind of stuff. That seems like it would be more out there, I would imagine.
Any teachers.
And we still have all these people like Flats Fisherman with, I'm sure a joke, but it's a prominent one where it's like, lucky ass kid. Did he die of high fives? Bro, he was 11.
It's supposed to be, did he break his arm?
Yeah.
So we don't start making those jokes until they're at least 15.
Yeah, he's 11 years old when this started. He's got a kid when he was 13. Like this, that's crazy to me. Big Doug Millionaire says 159,000 teachers in the United States. I think Sealand's a little closer to where we're going there.
Yeah.
We got a lot of kids to
research.
teach. Yeah, we bring it to AI if we have to, but I think he just likes to use the number 159. I think it's his favorite. We want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Especially parents. And if you've ever considered this or had a conversation with your child, hey, if you get a teacher inappropriately talking to you, you let me know. Come speak with me, because that clearly is something that can happen here. Although in this case, I am looking directly at the parents of this kid. I am looking at the parents who...
The guy commented.
They outsourced their children, the raising of their children to this teacher for 2 years. So that is just
strange,
unimaginable to me that you would do that. We'll see what you think. Let us know. Send us a dispatch. How do you do that? It's very easy. You go over to thenewsjunkie.com, right on the website, on your phone, your laptop, anything with a microphone, and you hit a record button, and boom, you're recording a dispatch and on the show just like that. So we want to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a video or audio dispatch now. When we come back, Biden, the Oval Office, a letter. What is going to be inside that will be left for Trump? This is a new thing. And now we're learning more about the drama behind the scenes. What's in the letter? We'll find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I had $1 million.
And with a check of your Friday forecast, and for today, we're overall expecting a mostly dry day with warmer temperatures as well, and even a few peaks of sunshine. So not as dreary as yesterday, with a high of around 68 degrees today in Orlando. As we head into this weekend, though, some big changes will be unfolding as a cold front pushes through. Tomorrow, warm and windy, a high of 77. As we head to our Sunday, better chances of showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder as that cold front pushes through with a 70% chance of rain.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop limited time deals during Lowe's Pro Savings Days. Get a free adjustable stand when you buy a DeWalt 12-inch miter saw. That's a $229 value. Valid 1/13 through 1/24, while supplies last.
Join Real Radio on February 8th, 2025 at Lake Eola Park in downtown Orlando for the largest pet festival in the United States, Paws in the Park. This family and pet-friendly event is free and open to the public. But you can fundraise today to help support the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando, the region's oldest and largest animal welfare agency. Your support will help Pet Alliance save over 4,000 dogs and cats this year alone by providing shelter, care, and love until they find their forever home. Get more details at realradio.fm/events.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-PET-MINUTE.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kid's day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I once timed who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Here's how TaxRise saved Yvonne over 99% on what she owed the IRS.
I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owe $69,000, and I had no idea what to do. That's when I contacted you guys.
Our tax professionals at TaxRise jumped into action. They helped Yvonne file her back taxes and get into compliance, but they didn't stop there. They negotiated directly with the IRS to fight for her case.
Effective immediately, the IRS has accepted. All they want in return is $100.
Thank you guys so much. I can't even explain how grateful I am.
We're so happy we got Yvonne the relief she deserves. We've helped thousands of clients find solutions to their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. To find out if you qualify for a tax relief program, call TaxRise today, 888-507-0053. For a free consultation, call 888-507-0053, 888-507-0053.
Results vary, not guaranteed, uncompensated testimonial. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors, from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom. Vicks VapoStick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain. I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank A.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction. FrankGayServices.com.
HOA and condo board members, fiber internet has never been easier. Bluestream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit BlueStreamFiber.com/radio today.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
Things on tap for this weekend. Big thanks to the latest Secret Show subscriber, Jake L. Thank you, Jake. You can learn more about unlocking secret shows over at thenewsjunkie.com. Big days ahead, including next week. We're going to have inauguration stuff. Some of you yawn at that, but there's the potential for some interesting things to happen. One thing that I saw is, we are all freezing in the United States of America, and this week is going to be colder. I saw a wind chill map. Craziness, man.
Not chill?
Oh, not chill at all, Sabrina. Not even in the slightest. Negative 21, negative 15, negative 8, negative 12, and all these temperatures across the United States next week. Just cold. Cold.
Meteorologist on local news this morning was like, snow in Florida possibly? Not where you're watching, but maybe.
That's how cold it is. Like, everybody else used to being pretty cold. The state of Florida, like, hey, you might even see some snow, possibly. It's going to be a very cold week. What does that mean? Well, one thing it means is things are going to be different for the inauguration. This just coming in, and from Kate Sullivan, who works for CNN, she says, Trump's inauguration is expected to be moved indoors. Moved indoors.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, on Monday. They're going to move it indoors. The inauguration will be inside. I don't know. I was wondering that when I saw this, too, but I literally just saw it a moment ago because it's not that old. Trump's inauguration is expected to be moved indoors Monday due to dangerously cold temperatures projected in D.C. Plans are underway to have Trump be sworn in inside the Capitol Rotunda and the parade potentially be held at the Capital One Arena. In conclusion, moving the inauguration indoors due to extremely cold weather was a practical decision based on safety concerns following precedent and is consistent with how past inaugurations have handled inclement weather, says this person. I don't know if this Rashid Khan who follows up with that is correct, but I imagine somebody else must have had really cold weather, obviously, on their inauguration day.
Let's see. We have the worst weather on Inauguration Day. President Taft, who I believe was like the shortest president, not the shortest in height. I'm saying the shortest presidency ever. I might be wrong on that. He was on his way, making his way to the U.S. Capitol to be sworn in as the 27th president of the United States. They had to traverse sleet and snow. Nearly 10 inches of snow had fallen, the most snowfall seen on any inauguration day on record.
And they still did it outside?
I think they might have.
Really?
So is that what they're expecting, though, is like sleet, or it's because it's going to be that just cold?
It's going to be miserably cold, and the decision was made to do this inside for Trump's inauguration. And now the thing is, let's see if that's been done before or if this is new. William Howard Taft served from 1909 to 1913, C-Lane.
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
is a different guy. He's Skull and Bones, though, right on the top of his Wikipedia. He was a Skull and Bones guy. Got to watch out for those folks out here. I don't know what they're doing, but, seems like it might be nefarious.
Murder.
Anyhow, we got the weird situation going on where it's like, basically, you are leaving your apartment and somebody else is moving into your apartment. The apartment is the White House in this case. And you got boxes all piled up and moving trucks pulling in. And
do we know, did Biden get his security deposit back?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you, I saw a video they posted of him wandering the hallways of the White House. Looked nice. Looked clean. Looked pretty pristine. I don't think that anything was broken there, so maybe he will. I guess Kamala Harris just did a thing where they traditionally, the vice president signs the VP desk drawer, and they put their name with all the other vice presidents who have previously occupied the position. And I guess this is her doing that. Oh, there's like a crowd.
My favorite part.
Well, this tradition is not very old. I only see a couple of signatures in this desk drawer here.
My favorite part is her husband, Doug, is in the back with his camera, videoing everything as if they're not on national news right now.
Right.
Grab the clip from the internet.
There are plenty of people filming this, Doug. Oh, she's signing it. There you go. This must be like new. Or I can't see the rest of the signature.
It would be nicer for them to get like a shot of the desk drawer.
Yeah, it's just the back of it. I could see 3 different signatures were on there. That's something that they do. They got to get all their crap out of there. It's weird. It's a weird time in America when you're between presidents here. And Biden's on the way out just pardoning people. He's pardoning people who are crack dealers behind bars, thought their sentences were
like
too
2,500 people?
Yeah, but a lot of presidents do this. I think he takes the cake. I think he just became the president with the most pardons.
I think he
believe.
I think he should.
He just blazing out those pardons on the way out the door. Even though I've seen a couple of the people, I've seen stories about some of them where I go, why did he pardon this person?
You know how sometimes in the text thread between the 3 of us, somebody will post a picture that you're like, whoa, you wouldn't want if you were in public somebody to look over your shoulder.
Right, you just open that
and see that picture, right? And so you send a bunch of texts to get the picture out of the way. That's what he's doing. He's pardoning a bunch of people to get Hunter off of people's minds.
True. He's like, if I pardon Joe Exotic, will they talk about Hunter Biden? Yeah, that will be front page. That would be a 60 at least chess move, C-Lane, if he did that. And he's already doing it, but you got to get big names, I think. Like pardon somebody wild. Pardon El Chapo. Just be like,
that's...
why did I do it? Why not? And then talk about something else. And that'll be headlines for at least a couple of days. We got a short attention span in America, but at least a little
They
while.
don't have the opposite power, right? Like, just charge someone with a crime out of nowhere?
Reverse pardon?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, they cannot do that. They said Ronald Reagan probably didn't realize, this is from the Associated Press, they're the they, that he was starting a tradition when he wrote a note congratulating his successor and left it in the Oval Office desk drawer after 2 terms as president. He did that for George H.W. Bush, his successor and vice president of 8 years. Bush did the same for Clinton, who left a note for Bush's son. The younger Bush left behind words for Barack Obama, who later put the pen to paper for Donald Trump. So as you can see, now we got another new tradition where the outgoing president leaves a little note-a-rooney inside the desk, says, best wishes, worst wishes, whatever, and then they head on out. And now Biden is going to be leaving a letter. He's going to be leaving a letter and writing it. And it's the first time ever that they get to fire back, if you follow what I'm saying. Okay. Because Trump wrote a letter to, or Biden wrote a letter to Trump. Wait.
No.
Yeah,
reverse.
Trump would have written the letter to Biden.
Trump wrote a letter to Biden, and then Biden gets to write a letter to Trump. So if he didn't like something that was in that letter, he now has the perfect opportunity to fire back, which hasn't happened as they've been doing this. And usually, I'm sure it's like, hey,
it says, "Dear
congrats.
Donald, I would have won." F
Do
you.
we know? Do we know what Donald Trump wrote to Biden? See if you could find that.
I wish this could just be something that's between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
No, I want to know.
The letter should be private.
Biden's letter should be like, P.S. I hid another bag of Coke somewhere in the White House again. Good luck.
There's stuff in these that you wouldn't expect. Like Reagan wrote George H.W. Bush, and he chose a piece of stationery illustrated by a cartoonist with turkeys, and it said, "Don't let the turkeys get you down." That was his message. I would have thought it would have been like, on your first day as newly elected leader. No, it's like, "Don't let the turkeys get you down" is the kind of messages they share with each other. C-Lane wants these to be private. I want them to be public. I want to know everything.
I want Sean.
I want all the drama,
in that case, I want 2 letters. We have the public letter that gets, Reuters and Associated Press gets to tell everybody what's on it. Mm-hmm. And then like the private one that's like, "Hey,
what up? Just chilling you.
Let's talk in 4 years, and I'll tell you how many times I banged in this White House, and we'll compare notes."
Dropping some bombs in that letter on the way out. It would be fun. You know what they should do? What they should do is the outgoing president writes a letter to the incoming president, and all of the press shows up, and the incoming president has to open it up and read it and not read it out loud. So if it said like horrific things about them, the cameras are on. It's like the SNL Weekend Update where they go to war with each other. That kind of thing. That would be a fun way to handle the presidency.
Did you see the most recent one from the end of 2024?
No.
Oh, they got.
No, I saw a clip of it.
They got Scarlett Johansson involved because they had a camera shot of her in the hallway watching it on the monitors, and she was just dropping S-bombs on the air.
Are you allowed to do that?
They couldn't bleep it. I mean, there's no delay.
Wow. Yeah, she's a first-hand view there, front row seat at the jokes that are probably horrible and about you.
Yeah.
That makes things a lot more difficult. All right, let's go over to you, speaking of you. And to see what you have on your mind, you could join us with what we call dispatches. You record them on thenewsjunkie.com, and we play them back just like this. Here is Bethy with a dispatch for us about teachers and students in these very, very not safe for work relationships.
I was a teacher in a school for many years, and it was a private school. And we had the policy that you do not communicate via text with children directly. Any communication had to be with the parents included in any text messages.
Good.
This included coaches, teachers, anything.
Yeah.
That's a very good policy to have.
Yes.
Because it prevents the hanky-panky for the most part.
Right. I think that makes sense. And that's why when C-Lane said, hey, they should have a policy that the students and the teachers should not be following each other.
I said I would be surprised if there wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, that just makes sense.
I will say this. I don't have a metric, like a percentage of teachers that have been accused or convicted or something like this. However, in October of 2022, the New York Post ran this headline, and I think this is nationwide. Yes, it is in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And this is October, and it says at least 269 K-12 educators have been arrested on child sex crimes since January.
That's 1 year, and
that's
not
less
even a full year. So numbers-wise, that's probably still a small percentage, but I still am interested in the phenomenon that it's mostly women in their 20s and 30s, and they a lot of times seem to be like trying to connect with these younger kids to feel like they're young or something. It's super weird.
They did some of the numbers here on the New York Post article. It says only 43 of the alleged crimes, or 16%, did not involve students, which I think means a teacher.
And a teacher?
No, a teacher had like a child sex abuse charge, but it wasn't with a student. It was with just another kid.
Oh.
It is not known whether another 10% of the alleged crimes involve students. Men made up the vast majority with over 80% of the rest of the arrests, which is crazy because we mostly hear about the women teachers.
Yeah, that must be a selection issue then. That's in what year?
This is 2022. This is 2 years ago.
I would then like to see in 2022 what the amount of stories and then the gender breakdown of the stories. You know what I mean? Like if we saw 98% stories about the women teachers, and then the majority of them were actually the male teachers that were caught up in these situations, that's a big selection bias that you're revealing there, because everybody, including myself, I think would get the idea that it's the opposite of that going on.
It said at the time, there are an estimated 3.2 million public school teachers in the country, meaning the arrests compiled by Fox News Digital make up only 0.0084% of teachers, which is a super, super low number.
That's tiny, yeah.
It says the number of teachers arrested for child sex abuse is just the tip of the iceberg, much as it was for the Catholic Church prior to widespread exposure. The best available academic research suggests that nearly 10% of public school students suffer from physical abuse between kindergarten and 12th grade. They said the scale is nearly 100 times greater than that of the Catholic Church.
Wow, that's kind of wild to think about and uncomfortable. But have conversations with your kids. Yeah, talk to your kids about this stuff. We want to hear from you. Send a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on yours right now. When we come back,
all those priest jokes, and you just should have been saying teacher the whole time.
Yeah, true. You can't trust anybody these days. A woman in Miami, she gets caught in a parking lot in probably the most insane story of this week for sure. So don't miss out on this. It is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Hi, I'm Kara from Apopka, and I just won $1,000 listening to Real Radio 104.1.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for on the roadways here. The off-ramp from I-4 westbound to State Road 417 in the Seminole area, mile marker 101. That is blocked due to an accident. There's a serious accident affecting all lanes on State Road 520 westbound at the beach line. And authorities are on scene clearing up an accident on Highway 1792 northbound at Ridge Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Great news, everybody. That mortgage guy, Don, offers HELOCs. That's right, home equity lines of credit. A way to unlock your equity while keeping your super low 2%, 3%, or 4% rate intact on the first mortgage. Get cash out for home improvements, debt consolidation, back taxes, fun toys for adults, anything you like. And unlike the corner banks, that mortgage guy, Don, has HELOC options as low as a 640 credit score. Get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Are you drowning in credit card debt and tired of your financial situation? You are not alone. These times of massive inflation have people just like you strapped. The Debt Management Group can help. In the first free call, they will explain all the relief programs you may qualify for to get you out of debt fast without having to file for bankruptcy. Here are what a few Debt Management Group clients are saying about their service.
They saved me thousands of dollars, especially in interest. I would have never paid off this debt without their help.
I felt like it was a burden lifted off my shoulders. It felt amazing, and I felt like I could actually see a future for me and my kids.
The sooner you call the Debt Management Group, the faster you can get the relief you deserve. Call now to get a free debt assessment. It's free information on all the debt relief programs you qualify for, plus guaranteed confidentiality. Call 800-375-1169. That's 800-375-1169. Call now to find out about the best debt forgiveness, consolidation, modification, and settlement programs available. 800-375-1169. That's 800-375-1169.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. Our newest location will offer student-centric campus design and clinical technology, private study spaces, and the on-demand academic resources you need to help make your nursing education journey a success. We'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. Check out their new blackened chicken in a bowl with $2 queso. It's so flavorful. Next time, I'm trying the fresh grilled steak. Check them out, Tijuana Flats.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
The city of Tavares is throwing the ultimate street party, and you're invited. Rhythm on Ruby, Saturday, January 25th, downtown Tavares. 2 stages of live music featuring Blandini with members of Vince Neil, Slaughter, and 38 Special. Switch back to the 80s and the Shaylin Band. Bring your
Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Your music, radio, and podcasts are on our free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
On planet Earth, you can learn more about the show and send a dispatch, so you can join us over at thenewsjunkie.com. Your video and audio dispatches are very welcome here on the show. Sabrina, what is going on in Miami? What is happening in Miami these days?
What do you mean? Everything.
I'm not fully blaming you, okay?
Popping.
I know it's not your fault, but there's some strange people down in Miami that pop into the news.
She's been there more recently than the two of us have.
True.
I'm born and raised, but
True.
It is also a very big city. So, well, yes, I am from Miami. My parents still live in Miami. This could be the part of Miami that's like an hour and a half away with traffic.
This happened in Hialeah. I don't know how far away that is.
Easily an hour away with traffic.
So you make no claim to these Hialeah folks.
Absolutely not.
All right. Distance yourself. Probably a good idea in this case. This woman is just an all-around piece of work, but there's a lesson here, all right?
Just made me
Do you know the story?
No. You just said piece of, and I immediately went to the word you can't say on the radio.
Work. Yeah, work. Work is what we're going to go with on this story. I'll tell you what she did in a second. But guys, a big lesson for you. I want to say specifically if you're in a bigger city, but kind of just generally speaking, if you're out by yourself and you're hanging out and you're having some drinks or something, and some woman comes up to you and starts drinking with you, have your guard up at least a little bit. At least a little bit. I cannot tell you how many stories I've heard out of Miami where some dude goes out and some woman's like, let's go back to your place, baby. It's going to be a wild night. And the guy goes, all right, let's do it. And then they drug him and he wakes up with his Rolex and $30,000 gone. And you got to wonder, is it too good to be true? Sometimes it is. And that's what happened in this case. This woman has previous issues, though, where she was convicted of multiple felonies for scamming thousands of dollars from prospective Miami apartment renters. And now she's in even bigger trouble, I guess, because it's amazing nobody died here when I look at this story.
Wait,
this
so fake rape claim?
No. Well, yes, actually. You'll hear here in a second. Local 10 News first reported on Valerie Mezu Fallblock in 2022 when she donned the alter ego Amanda. That's what she called herself. She called herself Amanda.
Yes, Amanda was taken. We just threw an H in front of it.
Amanda was the name she was going by. And she would lie to would-be renters, about the availability of a Little Havana apartment so she could steal thousands in security deposits for the place, so she didn't really own it. Now the 23-year-old is accused of lying about being raped and firing more than a dozen gunshots at the man she claimed did it, all while on probation. So Meza Fallblock is the woman. She's hanging out at this bar called Rainbow Restaurant. Police say she says to this guy, "Hey, you want to go have sex in my car?" And he goes, "Yes." Because guys are just always going to say yes. There's no guard up. A woman goes, "Would you like to go to the parking lot and have sex in my car?" And you don't think, maybe this is a little suspicious? Maybe I should wonder if there's some other motivation at play here. I do have a fancy watch on.
That's why I always had a rule to say, no, it's got to be my car.
It's not going to change anything. This was his car. So they went down to the parking lot, and she said he took out a gun, forced her to pull her pants down, did all this horrific stuff. But the problem is when they kept investigating and told her, "Hey, let's do a kit on you," she stopped cooperating. And they then looked at the footage from the parking lot, and they saw what really happened. And the guy got into his car, and he had a gun in his car, and she kicks him into the back seat of the car and then dives out a little bit, and she just unloads this gun into the car, shooting it like 12 times. Yeah. She claimed that she had paid him $20 to charge her phone in his vehicle, but obviously that's not what happened here. They said, here's the description for the police of the clips. In the videos, the defendant is seen exiting from the front passenger seat on her own as she's removing her own blue jacket. She opens the right rear passenger door. The defendant then throws her jacket into the front passenger seat and left both of the doors open. The defendant is then seen standing in between the open driver's side door and doorway for several minutes with her pants still properly on. After a brief time, the defendant enters the vehicle and all four doors are seen being closed. They're in the vehicle for several minutes. Shortly thereafter, the defendant exits the vehicle through the driver's side door and begins shooting into the occupied vehicle. So homeboy's in the car still, and she's firing off a dozen shots into this car.
But it's his gun?
His gun, yeah. She retrieved the firearm from the car. It was in his vehicle.
How'd she know where it was? That it was
I don't know. She saw it. She must have seen the gun when she got into his car. And she grabbed the firearm. They had a physical struggle for it. She gets the gun, and she drops she dropped 15 shots. I don't even know how she fired off that many. 15 shots inside the vehicle, and somehow he didn't get hit. She's the worst shot in all of Miami, and now in big trouble. And I say to you again, gentlemen, if some woman, Amanda or otherwise, says to you, let's go do this thing, let's go have sex right now in my car, you might want to say, hold on, let's question this. God forbid you wait a little longer in your relationship and you save yourself from getting shot at 15 times. Thank God she was a terrible shot. Thank God this woman couldn't hit anybody, because otherwise he'd be dead in the back of that vehicle right now. We want to hear from you, friend. You can join us on the show with your dispatch, and you can talk about whatever you like. Willing to hear from you on any issue that we bring up here on the show. So let's see what you got for now. Here is somebody talking about dry January. Nick is with us here. Hello.
Junkie, what's up, man? Hi. We're talking about the dry January bull crap. So I actually took a break for like 18 months and started drinking again.
Damn, buddy.
When it came January. Drinking a White Claw right now, taking a Friday off. I don't care.
Saturday.
I'm back, bitch.
Congratulations, sir.
I don't care. I'm doing it right now.
I feel like your 18-month break is different from dry January. But
It might be. Was your 18-month break court-ordered, sir? That's the big question. That's not dry January. That's dry penalty from the court, as they say. Let's go over here.
Got him.
I'm standing by it. Here is Bro Villa with the dispatch.
Hey, what's up, junkies? TikTok? Screw TikTok, man. I don't care about TikTok. Dude, turn on C-SPAN. The LA police are in hot pursuit of 19 dirt bikes right now. 19? They're on the thruway. They're pulling into gas stations, refueling. There's guys trying to stop them. They can't stop them. They're doing wheelies in the streets at 40 miles an hour. It's a glorious thing to watch, man. TikTok? I don't care about TikTok. All right, you guys have a good day.
That can't be on C-SPAN. C-SPAN does police chases?
I don't even know how to get to C-SPAN from here.
cspan.org, I think.
They're not even
is there a dash? No, they're really behind the times over there at C-SPAN. We'll see what happens there. I didn't know that was going on. I saw there was a huge police chase in Los Angeles yesterday because that's where all of the police chases seem to take place. It seems to be there that this all goes down. You, as I said, can join us. Send your dispatch right now over to thenewsjunkie.com. And video dispatches, we love to see you. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. We'll be nice to you, I promise. Unless it's really, really bad. And in that case, for some reason, I'm just going to blame it on you. In the meantime, let's go over to, here is Compton talking about the letter. All right.
So the letter from Biden will say F you with a coupon for ice cream.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Whoa, that was bad.
I don't think it's going to be that.
Also, update on C-SPAN. At least as of this moment.
Let me guess, boring politicians talking?
Yeah, I went on all three channels. C-SPAN has Veteran Affairs budget shortfall meeting, U.S. Senate, then public affairs events. I don't know what C-SPAN you're watching, Bro Villa.
A chase could be a public affair event, or else maybe it's been a little while since Bro Villa sent that in.
Yeah, it's very Trump administration agenda from the center of conservatives. A lady's talking.
Maybe he was confused. Maybe he saw something else and he thought it was C-SPAN. And
yeah, it's more like blam.
I know that I've seen these stories over and over and over again. I like it. It washed out mine. C-Blam. Actually, C-Blam probably still beats mine. So
it was really bad.
You're doing okay. I want to mention this before we take a break here. I'll put this up on See It Now. And when I saw this story, I was like, this is maybe my favorite part of the timeline here. I don't know. This is a movie I think she did this for, but Roseanne is looking a bit different these days. If you keep your eyes on her. Roseanne Barr, they said, is
my
unrecognizable. I'll put it up on See It Now so you can see the video.
I would have loved that for the next episode.
Rocking the are these corn? It's not cornrows.
Those are box braids.
Box braids? Yes. She's got box braids, folks, and she's rocking them.
Why are they called box braids? What's the box significant? What's the significance of box?
I think it's
I'll tell you.
Like it's not on her vagina. I think it's how the design, like on top, but I could be totally wrong. I just know that is what they're called, is box braids.
It's a choice, folks, and it's something that you can see for yourself over on See It Now at thenewsjunkie.com.
To quote Roseanne herself, I thought the bitch was white. What music video is this for?
Roseanne box braids, I'll put over on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. They say it's for some movie that she's filming, but
Spring Breakers
I don't know. Maybe she should keep it. Just that, it's a beautiful look, and it's up for you on the website at the moment. My favorite Roseanne era is right now because it's just unhinged. It's wild. It's a wild time. And this woman was part of the biggest show on television, like just a handful of years ago. All right, we're going to take a quick break right now, and then we come back with your input. So send that dispatch that you've been thinking about for a while. Celebrate the weekend with us. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record your first dispatch right now. When we return, AT&T with a pretty insane move.
Oh, no.
Our folks in New York are probably going to be potentially most impacted by this, but I could see this happening in other places. Brutal move on AT&T's part. What did they do? This could affect your internet access, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, how much do you want to know about your parents' past? Plus, the first in White House transition tradition. We'll do sink or sail. Got a great cigar for Embers Only. Primetime Kitchen with our buddy Fayez Cara. For trivia, it's Pick the Porn. And a guest host I think you're going to love. 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000 plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Watch out for an accident affecting the off-ramp from I-4 westbound to State Road 417, mile marker 101 in Seminole. There's an accident on I-95 northbound before Old Dixie Highway, blocking the right lane there. Authorities are working on that accident on Highway 1792 northbound at Ridge Road. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
If you're ready for some outdoor family fun, head to Sanford Riverwalk on Saturday, February 1st for the Touch a Truck event. Seminole County Office of Emergency Management is hosting this disaster equipment showcase for Severe Weather Awareness Week, where everyone can see and experience vehicles and equipment from agencies that respond during and after severe weather events and disasters. Saturday, February 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's time to touch a truck at the Sanford Riverwalk at Fort Mellon Park. Head to realradio.fm/events for more details.
Do you like beer? Then we have a fundraiser for you. Join Orlando Science Center for the Science on Tap Outdoor Beer Festival, coming to Lockhaven Park on Saturday, January 25th. Sample ciders, IPAs, and other tasty beers from your favorite local breweries. Then grab a bite from our area's most popular food trucks while you savor some cool science. Bring the whole family to enjoy this daytime event featuring music, long games, science demos, and so much more. Proceeds benefit Orlando Science Center's efforts to inspire science learning for life. Hop in for an afternoon of brews, food, and science fun while supporting a good cause. Get your tickets now at www.osc.org.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients, and we prepare you to practice with immersive experiences and on-demand resources to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Regardless of who you are, if you pursue nursing education at Galen, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hi, I've got a circuit breaker that keeps popping.
Okay, let me go online to get you scheduled.
That's great. Come on, what kind of a low-tech operation is this?
Here we go.
You've got mail. I should have called Frank Gay.
When you have an electrical problem, you want a licensed and insured technician with the latest tools and technology to complete the job right. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. Check out their new blackened chicken in a bowl with $2 queso. It's so flavorful. Next time, I'm trying the fresh grilled steak. Check them out. Tijuana Flats.
This is Ashley Hannity from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? When it's about biology and not willpower, it's not your fault that dieting just doesn't work. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes and for less than $3 a day. Traditional diets don't work because nearly 70% of weight is genetically determined. Through medication, you can work with your body rather than against it to create safe and long-lasting weight loss results. I have a family member that's been struggling with her weight for quite some time. No matter how hard she tries, no matter how limited her food intake, she just can't get the weight off. Well, with Future Health, they make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. Get ongoing support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at doctor's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Celebrate creativity in the classroom with Crayola Creativity Week, starting January 27th. Join celebrities like Matthew McConaughey for hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. Register for free today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. Join me and former NFL quarterback Matt Castle for our new podcast, Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle. Between us, we have over 17,500 passing yards, multiple New York Times bestsellers, and 1 Mirrorball trophy from Dancing with the Stars. So where else are you going to find a show with that much athleticism and football insight? Listen to Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Open your free iHeart app and search Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle and start listening.
We need more room. Save on used cars from $58.88 at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
You can learn more about the show and even follow us on all of the social media platforms where we post awesome content all the time. How do you do that? You go to thenewsjunkie.com right now.
Did you guys see your big debut?
No, what happened? What's the big debut?
Remember earlier last week? I had you, and thank you for the quick flip, but I text both C-Lane and Sean. I said, I need you to do some dramatizations for me.
Oh, God. Did this come out?
You didn't ask any questions. You just did it.
I had an idea of what was going on, but yeah, I just basically, you told me something, and then Courtney goes, I got to film something, and then I didn't know what was going to happen with the footage.
And then you acted so brilliantly, and then Courtney said, all right, now I got to hit record.
I was going.
There's a rehearsal, and then there's the actual footage.
I had this whole thing. Okay, Sabrina goes, do X, Y, and Z, and I'm doing it. And then I go, did you get it? And she goes, oh, no, you want me to record? I go, oh, all right, I'll do it again. That's released now?
That is released, yes.
Oh, my God.
See it on all of our profiles as soon as both of you accept the collaboration.
Okay, go over to thenewsjunkie.com/share. I hope that footage came together in a way that makes me feel less dumb than I felt whilst recording it. But it's up
Sounds
there.
like it's not. You're not going to feel less dumb. It sounds like you're going to feel more dumb.
I feel that too. And speaking of dumb, I am so dumb. It's time for a retraction. Can we just? We need to run a retraction.
Dust that off. Is this the first retraction of 2025?
It might be. I call myself the news junkie. What am I thinking? How am I so bad at my job? I cannot believe it. Retraction.
Retraction.
Retraction. All right. David emails the show to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. David says about the Trump letter. Trump never wrote that letter, Dave. And Dave, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. The only thing I had as a source was I had this story from the Associated Press, which said Biden got an Oval Office letter from Trump and may leave one in the desk himself. But maybe that's not good enough of a source. This other one, which is Biden in his exact words, his own words, saying Trump wrote him a very generous letter before he left the White House.
Right. All right.
I guess
have to go with Dave, I guess.
Is there any other website you can check?
I could just go.
How about, is there any like Trump-friendly website like Fox News or something that would...
All right. Trump left letter for Biden, Fox News. Let's see. Biden says Trump left him a very generous letter in the Oval Office from Fox News. Trump leaves letter for Biden before departing White House from Fox News. We can go on for a couple of days, but David says that he didn't write the letter, so you could choose me or David.
Can you? Well, what if you click on the link that David left you in that email that cites his source?
No, it's just him. It just says Trump never wrote that letter, Dave. No sourcing. He is the source.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, Dave.
Do you want me to send you the retraction sound effect for the soundboard on the newsjunkie.com so Dave could use it?
Perhaps. It would be worth putting up, I think. Yeah, if you don't mind. Okay, we're going to get to a lot of stuff here in a short period of time, but one that I saw that was kind of wild was AT&T has decided to make a big move. In New York, the politicians all got together and they said...
They're going to drop the telegraph finally?
They said... The poros cannot afford broadband internet. It's just not cheap enough for them. That's the problem in New York. It's the cost of internet and not the cost of living or housing, but the cost of internet. So they passed New York's Affordable Broadband Act. And what does that do? Well, it requires large internet service providers to offer affordable broadband plans to low-income households. The low-income households would be anybody who is getting SNAP benefits, and that's about 1.7 million households. They demanded then that AT&T have a $15 a month broadband plan and a $20 a month broadband plan. The $15 a month plan would be 25 megabytes per second, and the $20 a month plan for these poros would be 200 megabytes per second.
I think it's megabits.
Megabytes, they get the point, C-Lane. And now AT&T, a company that made $30 billion in the last quarter.
Yeah, some of those dollars mine. Thank you.
They are removing their services, their 5G home internet service from the state of New York entirely.
Wow. All right. Bye.
Rather than be forced to change the price for these folks, AT&T said, see you later. We're going to pull out of this state, and the biggest state, New York State, they're going to pull out entirely with their 5G home internet service. So if you're listening to me right now, maybe you're in Rochester or Albany listening to the show on one of our great stations there, and you have AT&T 5G home internet service, you're out of luck. Because of this, they are shutting down the service. They're going to sunset it there and then offer you some other kind of deals on the way out. But they're done in the state because they don't want to be told by the politicians what they should charge based on how much money people have.
I don't think they should have to be told by the politicians how much they should charge for that. I don't know that I disagree. I think it's kind of a dumb move to go, well, you think we have to charge this much for it? We're taking it away altogether. Like a parent or something. Like, we're just going to take this toy away now, and you can't play with it.
What do you think about this? If AT&T gets new customers, does that drain them any? Because in this case, they could probably easily get 1.5 million people, unless those 1.5 million people already have AT&T internet and they're downgrading. They would be getting all these new people, even if it's for a cheaper amount. So I would look at this and go, why wouldn't they just take on the extra people? Or does it drain from everybody else's download speeds if these poros are taken away?
I think it definitely would gum up the network. I mean, the more people you have, think about if you've been to like a really crowded sports match
Oh, I go to them all the time, C-Lane. Yeah, constantly.
The first couple Orlando City soccer games, when they first joined MLS, but they hadn't built the soccer stadium yet, and they did like the Fill the Bowl at the Citrus Bowl at Camping World Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That's about 60,000 people, maybe.
All trying to use the same kind of connections, right?
It was hard to send text messages at those games. It was very difficult because everybody was trying to use all that at once, and it slowed to a halt almost.
My theory on this is the internet companies should keep all of the different types of internet connections available and then charge based on them. So you could still get downloads and you could still connect via 56K modem. It's $1 a month. You can still connect and you get like 1 megabyte speeds for like $5 a month. Just as tiered as it gets. Keep all the old stuff on board. And then the poor people get really garbage internet that still buffers. You don't want that. They'll probably pay more. When we come back, we'll hear from you. Your glorious stories are going to be coming up next on the show. How do you leave yours? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Rolling Stone magazine has ranked the 250 greatest albums of the 21st century, and number 231 is gonna surprise you. Busta Rhymes busted for beating Buddy after bickering in New York City, baby. Also, a co-founder and vocalist for Devo makes $1 million a year from one royalty check, and where that check is from is ridiculousness. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell Angel is listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Friday forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting temperatures to warm up compared to yesterday. We'll be seeing a high in Orlando today of 68 degrees, still a few degrees below normal. Before this weekend, we really warm things up. Highs back into the mid-70s, but it does come with a price, that price being increasing rain chances as a cold front pushes through, especially as we head into our Sunday. That will be followed by much colder temperatures, with highs only reaching the mid-50s as we head into Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Safe Touch Security.
Save up to 50% on select security systems with Safe Touch Security. With upgrades like remote door locks, video doorbell, thermostat control, and camera, all controlled by your My Safe Touch app. Visit safetouch.com. State license number EF2002049.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-775-9088. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation with TaxRise. For your free consultation, call 888-775-9088. 888-775-9088.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or...
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, explains how audio is an ideal way for brands to tell their stories.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. I think that there's something deep in all of us that enjoys listening to and telling stories. When I think about what we do here at Genentech, we do a lot to actually tell the broader story of our company and the legacy that we stand upon. 45 years marketing more than 40 medicines over that time period. And we celebrate that in story form, in audio format. It's a great way for people to learn more about what we offer and to be educated in an easy and convenient way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
What's happening in the world of entertainment and beyond? I saw the most incredible video this morning. Honestly, it was like one of those things that you see and you go, how is this happening right now? And I don't even know if I could find it in time, but it was this video of a dog in Turkey, in the country Turkey. And the dog had a pup that was really sick. And I swear to you, they have footage from this veterinarian clinic in Turkey where the dog brings its puppy to the vet and goes like inside the vet's office and is like sitting by the bedside as the vet is helping out with the little puppy. And I was like, are you kidding me? How is this possible right now? Again, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but it was pretty insane. Let me see, Turkey vet. That's a weird thing to search.
This is what we stand to lose when TikTok gets banned.
That's true, yeah. This is it right here. Okay. Here's the dog bringing its puppy into the facility. I don't know why I needed this techno music. The dog comes up. They see the little puppy. The vets start looking at it. They bring it in. The dog is even in the room. Look, right there. Look. Incredible. The dog is sitting there looking over as the person is working on their puppy and helping out. What a world we live in. You got to see this. It's going to make your day. I want it to make your day. So I'm going to put this up on See It Now so you can take a look, all right? That'll be over on the newsjunkie.com in the See It Now section, and I'll put this up as we get into the next episode. Speaking of that, you ready to go, Sabrina?
You bet your butt.
All right, here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Okay, get the rosé. Put the damn in the minimum there.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. Tune into it every single weekend. Get your questions answered live on the air. Or perhaps you're just looking to get your question answered live right now by a real live guy. Go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Direct access to the legend himself.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was a mere 31 years ago, 1994. Massive fight. Professional, kind of.
Yeah.
In one corner, Danny Bonaduce.
Yeah, I remember this.
In the other corner, then who was it?
Oh, who did he fight?
Who was it?
Oh.
Come on.
Was it like Vanilla Ice or something?
It was not. It was someone of the same first name.
Danny
has a sister.
Trejo. Danny Osmond.
Danny Osmond is right.
Is it Donny Osmond?
Oh, you're right. God. I need glasses. Just missing that little line right next to the letter. Donny Osmond versus Danny Bonaduce. And in 94, the year that is, Danny beat Donnie by a split decision in a charity boxing match. And instead of being a good sportsman about it, Bonaduce bragged and said this, and I quote, Donny Osmond was such a wimp. I actually got bored punching him. His sister Marie would have been a tougher fight. So there you have it, my friends. Or like Danny Bonaduce.
Got him.
It was also 27 years ago, 1998. It was not supposed to be a fight at all, but Dennis Rodman was fined $25,000 and suspended indefinitely for kicking a cameraman in the crotch.
Oh.
Right there in the beans. In the pork and beans and the jewels.
Yeah, twig and berries?
The 11-game suspension would have cost him at least $1 million. He also agreed to pay the man he kicked in the crotch $200,000. So, I mean, not bad. You get kicked in the crotch for $200,000. Right?
I've seen a dude do it for $10.
Dennis Rodman he's been quiet for too long. Usually that means he's up to something.
How long has it been?
Like he goes quiet and then he pops up in North Korea. Something big always happens after a while. So I'm interested to see where he pops up this time.
Maybe he'll be at Fire Aid because they did announce the lineup. We had the initial announcement, of course, with Earth, Wind, and Fire being a part of it. Everyone's like, crazy considering the wind and the fire caused all of this. And now we have some of the acts taking the stage. Billie Eilish and Phineas. That's the brother. Gracie Abrams. Who's that?
Yes. Love Gracie Abrams.
Green Day, Gwen Stefani, Jelly Roll, Joni Mitchell. That'll be cool. Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Lil Baby, Pink, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rod Stewart, Sting, Steven Stills. Do we know?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Okay.
Stevie Nicks and Tate McRae. Also, Dave Matthews and John Mayer performing together.
I saw that. That should be good.
What do you think they're going to play? A Dave song or a John song?
I would assume they would do a couple of both.
Crash Into Me? Yeah, definitely Crash Into Me.
To Your Daughters. More acts and special guests will be announced in the lead up to the show, scheduled for January 30th in California. There will also be a live telethon streaming on multiple YouTube and Twitch channels on the 24th of January.
I would assume they would skip the song When the World Ends because there's buildings crumbling in it and all that kind of stuff. Rising from the ashes. I don't know. We'll see.
Someone who will not be performing or maybe even at Fire Aid will be this guy right here.
Busta Rhymes.
Because he is dangerous. If you get in an argument with him in the middle of Brooklyn, because, well, he didn't break your neck, Busta Rhymes is going to face some charges after punching a man in the face.
Okay. What kind of absolute dumbass gets in a fight with Busta Rhymes?
Didn't
you
talk
seen
about
that man?
2 years ago that he punched somebody else too? Was it him that he turned around and punched somebody?
Yeah, he did something like that. But it was at the airport or something. I vaguely remember this. He's a big guy. Like, he's a very large human being.
He's been involved in an ad campaign recently and I can't remember what company it's for.
It's something like that has to do with his name.
No, but it was like they will deliver your clothes faster than Busta Flows or something like that. There's something in there where it's like, all right, Busta Rhymes is taking the paycheck.
So he was arrested earlier this week. He punched another man in the face during a dispute. It occurred inside a building right in Dumbo, which is the first time I think I've heard of Dumbo, New York.
I love Dumbo, New York.
Big ears. The
it's a great
victim,
place.
50 years old, said to still be recovering from the punch in the face.
Of course, he'll always say that. For the rest of his life now, he's going to say that.
He has been charged with third-degree assault. Third-degree assault is bad. Is the worst, or I always forget, like first degree, third degree.
Which degree assault worse? I'll find that out.
First degree murder is the worst. Third degree assault.
Oh, I would guess it works the same then, right? Okay. First degree assault is you could cause serious bodily injury with a deadly weapon. Second degree, a felony charge that involves use of a deadly weapon. That sounds the same.
Yeah.
And third degree is a misdemeanor. So third degree is the least.
Well, there you have it. No more fighting, more like just getting rich. And I teased it earlier, but outside of Devo, co-founder and vocalist Mark Mothersbaugh, I hope I'm saying that right, but that's a cool last name. He has carved out quite a beautiful pile of money for himself, all thanks to ridiculousness.
Oh, of all things, really?
Yes, so they've reworked this song right here. If you can't control it, it's...
Control?
Uncontrollable urge.
Oh.
And it's the theme song for Ridiculousness. It's for a video I posted on YouTube, so that comes up every once in a while. But since Ridiculousness, he is making $1 million a year, like even more to his other theme songs that he's given, and of course the group's best-known song, Whip It. I've written so many other songs for films and television shows. I would have been shocked years ago if you told me this is the one that would become the prime source of income.
That's wild.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
We have a new Barbie doll out, and it seems kind of out of nowhere, but considered one in a million because it's Aaliyah.
Okay, why in 2025?
It would have been her 46th birthday this week.
Does it come with a plane or anything?
Oh, that was going to be my thing. Joke at the end of it.
Sorry. Forget I said that.
But this is wild. We don't know what it comes with because it's already sold out. Within hours of being announced on Mattel's website, it is gone. They said today on Aaliyah's birthday, Barbie honors the Princess of R&B's unmatched legacy as a once-in-a-generation talent, rising star who left an unforgettable mark on pop culture and left that plane in the marsh and the Bahamas.
Yeah.
As we flew over it, and that was the wildest thing a pilot said to me. As we were shaking in the Toyota Corolla of the skies.
As we were scared
that
the plane...
that's Aaliyah's plane. Okay.
As we were scared that our current plane was going to crash. Other planes have crashed right here.
Home Alone, the iconic home, or mansion, rather, was put up for sale 9 months ago, and it is gone.
Oh, man, they sold it.
See this story for how much it actually went for?
No.
So the asking price, $5.5 million. I lied. It was officially sold, snagging more than the asking price. Okay, it was $5.5 million. How much do you think that it actually went for?
I in full disclosure, I have the Zillow in front of me right now, but it doesn't. All it says is 5.5 million from what I can see. You could look at Celine, you could show her for the stream folks. It only says 5.5 million, which was the asking price.
Almost 10,000 square feet for that big of a house. I am surprised it's just 5 beds and 6 baths.
I had heard that it was just used for the outside. This house. But
Absolutely.
Look inside. Inside is the same staircase and everything.
Yeah, they gave it a revamp, though, an expansion in 2018. Kept that OG movie charm intact, of course, preserving the brick exterior that made it famous in the 90s with Home Alone. Pretty sweet digs.
It's awesome.
And it went for $9 million.
Holy cow. Wow. That's significant.
So there you have it. I wish that I had better news for fans of this show as far as exterior shots go.
Oh. Sex and the City.
That is correct.
Damn it.
And if you were thinking about going over to Carrie Bradshaw's stoop, the stairs there, maybe pouring a Cosmo, posing in front of the front steps, think again.
Damn it.
Because it has been a big back and forth. This is the Breaking Bad Pizza on the Rooftop version of Sex and the City.
It's some stairs that were featured in one of the episodes?
All the episodes.
A lot of the episodes.
Carrie's
okay.
stairs. She's gotten kisses there. She's gotten in arguments. She talked to Aiden with his dog, I think, from her window at some point. But the woman who owns it absolutely hates that this was featured in the show, so much so that it has now been chained off with no trespassing. She has gone as far as going to the courts, and as of this week, they're now going to get a gate to deter fans from going anywhere near it.
I mean, what took her so long? The last episode of Sex and the City is almost old enough to drink.
Yep.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is this. Why would somebody then pay so much money for something like the Home Alone house when everybody who seems to live at these places hates that there's folks showing up all the time?
It's funny and interesting that the Home Alone house had all those pictures of it on Zillow, seeing as that's one of the houses that, like, opted out of Google Maps and Street View.
Oh,
You
really?
can't see it, even though everybody knows what it looks like.
Especially after that story came out. You can go see it again. But with the mansion that big, I imagine it has a very giant front yard and a gate and probably security.
It's a huge place. It's massive. 9,000 square feet. It's a big
And
house.
it's got those statues on either side of the walkway
that the pizza guy hits every time?
Yes.
Oh, you crazy
like it.
kids. I can't quote Home Alone. Mostly because I haven't seen it. And
You
Rolling
crazy kids.
Stone. Watch out, burglar. There's a paint can headed to your forehead.
You could have just said Kevin.
Kevin! Rolling Stone has ranked the 250 greatest albums of the 21st century so far, and at number 250, I'm kidding. We don't have time to
you're way
read all
down
of
there.
that. But I do have the top 5. Folklore by Taylor Swift. Stankonia by Outkast. Frank Ocean's Blonde. Radiohead Kid A. And at number 1, Lemonade by Beyonce. Have a great weekend, you beautiful cutie patooties. Follow your dreams. I'm me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambro. You can check out the new video that I just posted, as well as on Real Radio's Instagram. Follow your dreams and say it with me.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. That was the top 250. What was the way they ranked them?
The 250 greatest albums of the 21st century.
Greatest whenever I see one of these lists, I think some of them are put in there to make people fight on purpose. I think if it was like too obvious of a list, then everybody just goes, "Yep, that's
Such
right."
a giant list.
250 is too many too. Whittle it down.
At number 13, the idler wheel is wiser than the driver of the screw, and the whipping cords will serve you more than ropes will ever do by Fiona Apple.
Oh my God. That should not be on any list just because of the terrible album title.
It's like a Chumbawamba length of album name.
That's
or
like
Modest Mouse.
Standing outside of a phone booth with a blah, 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 whatever that song was. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Nope.
Never heard of it.
Oh my God. You both know what I'm talking about. Look the song. Standing.
By who?
I know. I see what you're doing, Celine. I know you've heard of it. I know what you're doing right now. It's messed up.
Why did you think of that song?
I don't know. Why did I? Standing
outside
you know what I'm
a
talking?
broken phone booth with change in my pocket or hand or something.
No, that's not it. It's standing outside a broken phone booth with money in my pocket.
Oh my gosh, I got one word wrong. What a maroon.
Get it right next time. Somebody send him an email. David, where you at? Send Celine an email. Let's get this fixed. Primitive Radio Gods. Oh, that's a classic. Maybe we'll end on that today. Who knows? All right, when we come back, we will do This Week in Florida, a journey through all the stories that I haven't ruined already from the state of Florida this week. And we are ridiculed by all the other people in the country. Now we'll find out some reasons why, perhaps, because that is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Traffic is slowing down on the major roadways on I-4 approaching that Champions Gate area. You could expect delays on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and the Beach Line. There's congestion southbound on Florida's Turnpike between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. A couple accidents on the roadways causing delays on I-95 northbound before Old Dixie Highway. There's an accident on the Beach Line eastbound after Innovation Way. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop limited time deals during Lowe's Pro Savings Days. Get a free adjustable stand when you buy a DeWalt 12-inch miter saw. That's a $229 value. Valid 1/13 through 1/24 while supplies last.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And Mom, you have my lunch.
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
The City of Tavares presents a free street party, Rhythm on Ruby. Saturday, January 25th, downtown Tavares. Live music from Blandini, Switchback to the 80s, and the Shaylin Band. Plus street performers, food trucks, and vendors. More at tavaresfl.gov.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. With the on-demand resources you need, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
This is Ashley Iaconetti from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? When it's about biology and not willpower, it's not your fault that dieting just doesn't work. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes and for less than $3 a day. 8 out of 10 users say that using Future Health programs is more effective than anything they have ever tried. I have a family member who has tried for years to lose weight, and no matter how much she cuts out the snacking and the bad foods and how much she moves, it just doesn't happen for her. Well, with Future Health, they give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey, and from there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Celebrate creativity in the classroom with Crayola Creativity Week, starting January 27th. Join celebrities like Matthew McConaughey for hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. Register for free today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa.
Or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Right now, Wawa Rewards members can enjoy any size hot coffee for $1, any size iced coffee for $2, and a 16-ounce Monster Energy for just $3. Choose one, two, or all three. Simply open the Wawa app and redeem your bonus offer. Not a member? Download the Wawa app to join Wawa Rewards and start saving today. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream on your free iHeartRadio app today.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
ride, and we'll see what happened in the Sunshine State. Let's see if it's embarrassing for Floridians and everybody else gets a good laugh, or maybe it's just a victorious week. We never know. We never know what to expect. Oh, he's saying no. All right. Well, okay. We'll see regardless, because we'll get to that in just a moment here. I want to tell you that it is a very nice thing for you to do, to go subscribe to the podcast and leave a review, if you don't mind, on whatever platform you check it out. If you can review it, that would be very helpful. We're the top podcast in the entire state of Florida, and hoping to spread that around to some more states very, very soon. And we are heard on a bunch of great radio stations, and it's all because of people like you that have been supporting this show since the beginning, or at least for a little while now. Maybe you're brand new. It still helps, right? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and subscribe to the podcast and learn more about the show over there. Right now, it's time for This Week in Florida. Are you ready, Christopher Dolores Lane?
Let's do it.
Yay.
All right, let's do This Week in Florida. Uh-oh, that's my fault. I completely screwed the food.
Wow.
Goes more like this.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
I was close, though, at the beginning there.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
You close your eyes? Yeah.
Yeah. It's the weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State, see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. It is This Week in Florida. That's right. The very same Florida that people are leaving behind New York and California to come to. The Gen Xers I'm talking about. They say lower interest rates, remote work, and a strong economy might be driving the Gen X migration patterns. They're following the retirees to Texas and Florida. And so let's see what they have in store. What's in store for them? And we start with a little bit of Florida politics, because this was a weird back and forth week for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Of course, we have the inauguration coming up soon, but DeSantis is a go-getter. He wants to strike while the iron's hot. The Rolling Stone gathers no moss. I don't know if that one applies there, but he really wants to get out ahead of it. So he called for a special session starting January 27th. He's like, let's start making laws now.
Oh, okay.
We got to tackle immigration and other issues. And he said, we got to get the thing together. And the leaders, the Republican leaders, the GOP leaders, sent him a letter and said, "Nah, dog, we're good."
Are they just lazy, or do they not like Ron DeSantis?
No, I assume that they like him, but Senate President Ben Albritton and House Speaker Daniel Perez indicated Monday they want to wait until the regular session, which I think is it's only in 50 days. It starts March 4th, and they wrote a letter to Governor DeSantis, or maybe just an open letter, but it was in reply to DeSantis calling for the special session. It says, as you know, this legislature will address illegal immigration, condominiums, petition initiatives, and hurricane recovery. And it starts in 50 days. Calling a special session at this time is premature. And the governor didn't really love that. So
no one's listening to me.
He was very surprised at the letter, which he says multiple times in a speech, which I've kind of cut just to you get the good parts right here. Here's Governor Ron DeSantis.
All right. Oh, why can't I hear him either? I got the volume up.
Really surprised at the letter. Our voters sent us here to deliver results. Our voters didn't send us here to say that after 4 years of Biden policies, that we just have a lot of time to burn. I was really surprised at the letter because you're basically saying after 4 years of Biden's really, really destructive immigration and border policies, that it's somehow premature for us to act with a new president coming in? Are you kidding me? This is the time to act.
He started to channel.
Time to wait.
He went back to that face that he was making during the Republican primaries. That little, kind of crazy smile. Are you kidding me? I was like, I hadn't seen that face in a while. But he did get the support from incoming President Trump, who posted in a Truth Social post, or Truth, whatever you call it. He truthed out. Thank you, Ron. Hopefully other governors will follow. And the internet is still roasting Matt Gaetz, but they have a new reason.
What's it this time?
Riddle me this, John. How long do you think it takes you to earn the title of journalist? What is the requisite there?
I feel like you can earn it in a second or two. You just kind of flip on a website and you call yourself a journalist, put on your journalist hat.
Do you really earn it, or you just label yourself that?
Yeah, it's not like a doctor, I don't think.
Well,
I feel like anybody can call themselves that.
That's exactly Matt Gaetz' modus operandi. Just 11 days into hosting his new show on the One American News Network, former U.S. Rep. Matt Gaetz is already calling himself a journalist. On Tuesday night, Gaetz, who also dubs himself the true Florida man, made the reference in response to a video of his segment about the Orange County Intelligence Assessment Center allegedly training police officers on how to handle, quote, involuntary celibate extremism, end quote.
All right.
Okay.
And so he...
What's that?
Incels.
Incels, yeah. And then I guess they're training police on how to handle incels. And he tweeted, "This is absolutely the craziest story I've covered as a journalist." 11 days into his quote-unquote journalism career.
That has the vibes of when we start the show for the year, and the third or fourth day in, I'm going, guys, this is the craziest
Mother of
story.
the year, man.
Nobody's going to beat this. It's never going to get any better.
I'm going to try and do that later. You just watch out for it. So the users on X replied with quotes such as, "So you're a journalist now? You've had a show for like a week. Calm down." And my favorite, "You've been a journalist for 3 weeks, you turnip."
Turnip is an interesting insult.
It's a very choice insult, but I guess
it sounds tough. I think it's just like how it sounds coming out the mouth.
Yeah.
Turnip.
Gets the job done, you turnip. Now, away from local politics, because that can get boring at times, this is something fun, and this is something I think we can do. Now, we've tried on the show before to break a Guinness World Record.
That didn't go well.
We were not very successful. We tried to break the record for eating Ferrero Rochers in a minute. Was it a minute?
We were stomped by whoever the record holder was.
Yeah.
We did not do well.
I believe I almost choked as well.
Yeah, it was dangerous. We were not successful at all.
But there's a new record that I don't find to be that hard to beat. Now,
all right, what do you got, C-Lane? You think you could beat this?
Unfortunately, if we do, we are sort of declaring mini war on our friends down in West Palm Beach.
Oh.
But I think it could be worth it. I mean, maybe we could do a Baxi Forsey thing. And
I like mini war.
Just keep upping this record. The turnips down there have set the record for largest gathering of people dressed as dinosaurs.
Okay, so you just have to have an event. Everybody has to dress as a dinosaur.
Correct.
And then you win.
Boom! World record plaque, baby.
We talking 10,000 dinos they put together?
No.
How many?
Yeah.
Keep going. Where do you?
1,000. 1,000.
Oh, 200.
They broke the previous record of 250 dinosaur dress humans with the new record of 468 people.
Oh,
we could still beat that. Yeah, that's easy.
There's more people than that on the stream right now.
Yeah, we could easily do that.
Easily, we could beat that.
Half of them are dressed as dinosaurs, anyways. This is how they live their lives.
I know
That's
some people.
their kink. Come on.
I know a couple people that just have that costume on the ready. The city of West Palm Beach set the new Guinness World Record. The Cox Science Center put a dent in the book for having the largest gathering of people dressed as dinosaurs last Friday night. Let's see. No surprise here. Vaccination rates for kindergartners are among the lowest in the country in the Sunshine State.
Oh, no.
That should go well in a few years. A Miami Gardens teacher was arrested Thursday after police say she hit her 5-year-old student with a ruler back in November.
Can't do that.
According to the child's mother, the teacher, who police identified in an arrest report as 25-year-old Krishawn Nicholson, claimed the child had sustained a cut near his eyebrow with a pencil. Hospital staff determined that a pencil could not have caused that wound, which would likely leave a scar. Like a Munson pencil. Bunsen, something like that.
Who cares? They failed as a pencil company because they didn't take on your sponsorship.
The funny thing about pencils, they're timeless in the midst of change. It's true.
For new folks, that was C-Lane's attempt to get a gig with a pencil company and do live reads for them.
They asked me to record what they call a spec spot, as in, like, there's speculation that they could pay me to do this. And since they didn't, I can truthfully say, I really don't like pencils at all.
Oh, controversial.
That would be hilarious if we get an email tomorrow and they go, hey,
this is a giant sponsor of ours. You don't mind?
What's the biggest pencil company out there? Musgrave? Maybe that's them. I don't know.
Bic?
Yeah, they now want to sponsor the show. C-Lane's going to be the person doing the live reads.
I would reply with the email. Can I do pens? Can the pen division call? Guys, listen, right here I have in my hands the worst parents of 2025.
Oh.
Absolutely, hands down, worst parents of 2025.
Right.
The worst.
I feel you.
Okay, want me to do it?
That was the worst intro song.
I assumed since you started it that you were going to finish it.
All right, here we go. The worst parents of 2025.
A children's book author and her husband are headed to prison for the horrifying abuse and neglect of their 3 adoptive children, which included ruptured sores, beating with they put it in quotes, whacker. We'll find out what that's made of later. And feeding them only a mixture of cereal and vegetable puree. You have to look up this mugshot because one of these guys.
It's a dooze.
I'm on the case.
He looks very arrestable. Jennifer and Joseph Wolfthal, Wolfthal, pleaded guilty to aggravated child abuse and neglect of a child with great bodily harm. The judge sentenced Jennifer to 12 years in prison. Her husband will spend a decade behind bars. And the abuse came to here we go. That's them.
Wow.
This is the couple that's they gave 3 children to these people.
Well, he thought he had 4.
I'll put this up on See It Now so you can take a look at these folks.
2 of the children were interviewed by investigators. Both described regular beatings at the hands of their adoptive parents. They would strike the kids with what they called the whacker, described as, quote, being oblong and covered with fabric and was used regularly to deliver corporal punishment, end quote.
How were they able to adopt children?
They just didn't tell anybody about the whacker, it seems.
It's just, it seems like that is something like they follow up.
Yeah.
After you adopt kids, there's people that make sure they're okay, and here they are getting beat, and no one knows about it until open wounds.
It gets creepier. One of the kids said they were sometimes not allowed to eat till as late as 3 p.m., and food consisted of a mixture of cereal flakes, water, and vegetable puree. Is there a bag of vegetable puree that you just buy?
Like a baby's thing maybe out there somewhere?
Yeah. This is the thing that, creeped me out the most. When cops searched the home, they found over 1,100 written paragraphs that said, "My body stays flat on the bed at all times. I was never given permission to move or say anything else. Now I get to write about this along with everything else. I'm a fool." They found 10 other phrases that were written multiple times.
How many times was that written?
Over 1,100 written paragraphs that said that.
Wow. Bart Simpson, dude, man, Jesus, that's crazy.
There's a man in Lakeland arrested for masturbating at a public park playground. That's very frowned upon, especially in front of a mother and her 4-year-old. And last but not least, over in Miami, a group of men identified by a ringleader as goons were plotting a kidnapping through a messaging app. What they didn't know is they were playing a real-life game of Among Us, because there was an informant in their group chat. They were going to kidnap a Miami jeweler and rob him of $2 million in cryptocurrency. That's according to court documents obtained by Local 10 News following the arrest of 4 men, ages 18, 20, 21, and 22. They nabbed the group in Broward County as they met up ahead of the planned kidnapping. And they said the way that they were going to subdue the man, quote, "one good bop should do," end quote. They did not get the digital wallet showing the man had about $2 million worth of crypto that they plan to steal. Instead, they're going to be spending some time behind bars. And that's it for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. And when we come back, our friend Mo DeWitt of JustCallMo.com will be joining us on the show, which is good because in the last 24 hours, I think at least, I've got several emailed questions for Mo, so you can actually get them answered. And we'll get to anything else that we've had built up over the week or so since Mo has been here. We'll dive into that. We got jury duty on the way. We got a whole lot to pay off before the weekend is fully in place. And all that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Traffic is starting to slow down on most of the major roadways. There's an accident on I-95 northbound before Old Dixie Highway. The right shoulder is blocked there. There's road construction on the Beach Line westbound, west of Challenger Memorial Parkway, blocking the right lane, causing congestion as well. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by In Touch Ministries.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
Did you know that reaching your weight loss goal is easier with a doctor's help? Future Health, the best online weight loss program, can connect you with doctors to aid your weight loss journey. Get started with an easy 3-minute survey at tryfh.com. That's it, tryfh.com. Find out if weight loss meds like Ozempic or semaglutide are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Don't just wait for the big game. Bet on big playoff games every weekend. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us and turn playoff predictions into paydays. If your team season is already over,
looks like they're headed home early.
It only takes $1 to make any game interesting.
And we're back. What a game.
Download Hard Rock Bet. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable in bonus bet up to $100. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier.
Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain? I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank A.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction. FrankGayServices.com.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. Our newest location will offer student-centric campus design and clinical technology, private study spaces, and the on-demand academic resources you need to help make your nursing education journey a success. We'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
All right, it's January. You know what that means. New Year's resolutions are in full swing. So here's one for you. Clear vision. Seriously, if you're dealing with contacts or glasses, laser vision correction at the Filatowski Eye Institute is a game changer. With over 65,000 procedures, they are the trusted choice for Central Florida. And they have 24-month interest-free financing, so you don't have to wait. You can start seeing clearly and stay on budget. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free consultation today. Clear vision, clear future. It all starts with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to 868686 now for your free LASIK consultation.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-week challenge. The Metamucil 2-week challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The new iHeart app.
Yeah, I've been playing around with it.
Love my radio. Love my presets.
Thank you.
This is really easy to use.
Join the millions already on the new and improved iHeartRadio app and set your first preset. Plus, discover the new live radio dial, scan, lyrics, podcasts, playlists, and your favorite artist's radio.
Open the app and everything's right there. I love it.
The new and improved iHeartRadio app. It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand.
Go get it!
iHeartRadio.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
Show. It's called The News Junkie, by the way, and you can learn more by going to, you guessed it, the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Dive into our world over here, find out more about the podcast, unlock secret shows, or just follow everybody on the show, including myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane on social media at thenewsjunkie.com/share. We're hanging out with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm today. There he is. Mo is with us. I'm angry at Mo.
You're always angry. What's new?
I'm not always angry, but when I am, it's usually at you. That's one of the major problems. This time,
what am I, chopped liver?
This time what he's done, and maybe you guys agree or disagree, I'm not sure, but what Mo has done is he's renamed the newsletter, which I was not consulted about. There was no conversation that took place here.
And you didn't know this until you received it in the mail?
Now, all of a sudden, we got a new one? It's a new name, I like the
Just
look
Call
of
Mo
it.
Journal.
The Just Call Mo Journal replaces the old
DeWitt
newsletter.
Digest.
The DeWitt Digest was my favorite, okay? That's where I went for my recipes.
Dear Diary.
There was a lot of useful information in there. And now, am I going to get the same thing in the Just Call Mo Journal, or
it would be similar content? I mean, I know it's very upsetting for you. I apologize.
I don't know who's
like
running
an old
these
man
things.
in your newspaper.
I need to be reliable. That's all the stuff I need that needs to be reliable for me, please. Okay, Mo. People have asked questions for you. Will you answer them or no?
We'll see.
Let's see. Here we go.
See what kind of mood I'm in today.
This is from Nate. Nate emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. He says, "Hello. I was recently involved in a workplace incident at my job with blank. We'll just keep it that way. There was an altercation between me and another employee, but no witnesses were present to verify what happened. Following the incident, the company chose to send me home, and they fired me 2 weeks later, but allowed the other person involved who instigated the whole thing to remain at work. I feel that this decision was unfair and may have been influenced by bias or improper handling of the situation. I want to understand my rights and whether I might have a case for discrimination, retaliation, or unfair treatment. Can you advise me on whether the situation could lead to a potential claim and what steps I should take next," says Nate. Mo, what do you think?
I shouldn't do anything.
All right.
Boom. Next question.
I mean, it's a right to work state, at will employment, so they can basically fire you for any reason. So unless you can show that they're discriminating against you and you have to be a protected class, whether
that's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah, race, gender, something like that. But it sounds like that's going to be fairly hard to prove here. Even if they're blatantly wrong and the other guy started the fight and punched you in the face, you have no claim for wrongful termination. Now, maybe there's some issues if you were injured in this fight. Maybe if this other employee was known to cause fights and caused injuries to other people in the past, maybe then there's some sort of claim. But as far as your employment claim goes, there's really nothing there.
Yeah, it's tough in certain states with the laws like that, and you feel like something's unfair and like you've been wronged in some way, but just the rules, the law of the land makes it so you're kind of screwed in some of those circumstances. There was something a little closer to home, Mo, that we should probably discuss. Yesterday, there was an assailant. We'll just call them Person A. All right? Person A.
Okay.
When there was some delicious spread of food delivered to the radio station, Person A grabbed a plate full of really enticing bang bang shrimp. And
I've
then
heard about this story.
Proceeded to throw them all over the place.
Okay, that's how I heard the story.
Crashed to the ground, leaving others who didn't get the bang bang shrimp and got shorted out of it angry in their wake. And
they didn't want the crash shrimp?
They did not want the shrimp off of the floor because that is just a line that C-Lane or whoever was mad at. I don't know who this was. Somebody was angry at.
Stupid story, right?
I got most of the details there. You're Person A. And the rest is
You're
all
a
obvious.
person asshole because I didn't crash or throw any bang bang shrimp. As a matter of fact, the door on the Just Call Mo studio is very heavy.
That's a fine door. Fine quality
it's a great door, but it is heavy for soundproofing, and I suppose just you need all of your hands instead of just a foot.
I'm in agreement with this. They are very, very heavy security doors. If you work in a regular building,
Mine's not. Mine's like the door to a hair salon.
Yeah, it is very clear.
They find C-Lane to be expendable, so he has a regular door.
I'm expendable, guys.
Are you trying to fight everybody, Sean? What's the deal here, man?
It's Friday. I'll burn things up on the way out. Saturday, Sunday. Anyhow, let's get to this.
Great job listing days.
Clay says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, are Florida bars and restaurants running the gamble of obtaining a discrimination lawsuit by hosting a ladies' night? And he sent some story about this that he saw with his friend on Facebook. I've heard this like 8 million times, and I think this has already been something that's gone through the legal system. People think that there are no exceptions. You're not allowed to discriminate based on employment or different nights that you have. Is there any truth to the fears here about this?
There are some states that have local laws that prohibit kind of gender-based price discrimination, which is essentially what this would be. That's not us, and we don't have it in Florida. So like California, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, they have those laws. As far as I know, Florida does not have any laws that prevent you from kind of being able to do a ladies' night, quote unquote.
Wouldn't it be discrimination? Wouldn't it be discrimination if they said only ladies can come in?
Well, I mean, you do have certain.
Why not? You couldn't have a women's only club?
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Yeah, if it's a private club, typically you can do that.
There was a whole thing about that. An artist had done considered an art piece, but it was a ladies only club. One guy complained. It ended up going to Supreme Court. I thought. Any of this ring a bell?
No.
Well, then forget what I said. I'm back to being person A.
It comes up quite a bit, and person A would actually have some experience with this.
Only club.
From what I've heard, if you go into a strip club, a lot of times they will charge women more money to get into the strip club than they will men.
Or you have to be there with a guy.
Or you have to have a guy with you as you're going in. So that would seem like an obvious one that is discrimination.
So what do they usually charge you?
They don't charge me anything, Moses. I don't go to strip
VIP
clubs.
card?
you don't want to open this situation.
Your usual table, Mr. Watson?
I don't go to any of these places. They're having it in a very long time. I'm not allowed.
Too far from the house?
No, I'm not allowed in these places anymore because I would just ruin the vibes immediately at the strip club.
Kind of like everywhere you go.
Moses, you're in my studio. This studio is not sponsored by justcallmo.com.
Not yet.
Yeah,
we're coming for you.
Very quickly, we could end this whole thing, okay? Very quickly.
You're welcome here anytime, Moses.
When we come back, we are going to hear from you. What you need to do is go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. If you have any questions for Moses or anybody else on the show, you can send those over on thenewsjunkie.com or to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we'll do jury duty. We'll take a peek at our list to see if there's anything to ask Moses and work our way through the rest of the stories in the pile over here, including this bizarre one about a man in a bikini coffee shop that has a lot of people talking today. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
My mom has the fattest cat you've ever seen, too. That didn't sound good.
Poor phrasing.
That was the worst phrasing I could have ever done for that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Wawa.
Who's facing pressure in their AFC divisional showdown this weekend? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? Unlike Lamar, Josh has actually been great numbers-wise in the postseason. Lamar owns all the regular season stats and awards, yet has often come up short in the playoffs. This game will be huge for both, but in the end, it will mean more for Lamar Jackson and his legacy going forward. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Right now, Wawa Rewards members can get a bonus offer for $1 any size hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy 16-ounce. Not a rewards member? Now's the time to join.
The city of Tavares is throwing the ultimate street party, and you're invited. Rhythm on Ruby, Saturday, January 25th, downtown Tavares. 2 stages of live music featuring Blandini with members of Vince Neil, Slaughter, and 38 Special. Switch back to the 80s and the Shaylin Band. Bring your appetite and your dancing shoes. Enjoy dynamic street performers, food truck fights, and
Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's hear this tiger purr, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 10% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Are you drowning in credit card debt and tired of your financial situation? You are not alone. These times of massive inflation have people just like you strapped. The Debt Management Group can help. In the first free call, they will explain all the relief programs you may qualify for to get you out of debt fast without having to file for bankruptcy. Here are what a few Debt Management Group clients are saying about their service.
They saved me thousands of dollars, especially in interest. I would have never paid off this debt without their help.
I felt like it was a burden lifted off my shoulders. It felt amazing, and I felt like I could actually see a future for me and my kids.
The sooner you call the Debt Management Group, the faster you can get the relief you deserve. Call now to get a free debt assessment. It's free information on all the debt relief programs you qualify for, plus guaranteed confidentiality. Call 800-375-1169. That's 800-375-1169. Call now to find out about the best debt forgiveness, consolidation, modification, and settlement programs available. 800-375-1169. That's 800-375-1169.
Celebrate creativity in the classroom with Crayola Creativity Week, starting January 27th. Join celebrities like Matthew McConaughey for hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. Register for free today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
Have you heard about lab-grown diamonds and maybe considering that option for your engagement ring? Before you go down that road, get the facts at International Diamond Center.
I could not sell a lab-grown diamond to one of my customers and feel that I gave them something that has retention of value.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says he won't sell you a lab-grown diamond because they're being mass-produced by the millions.
Come on, I'm no rocket scientist, but you know the value can't be there.
Keith says even though the lab-growns appear to be inexpensive, a lot of retailers are still making obscene profits on them, buying them cheap and then marking them up 6, 7, even 800%.
I do not want to make extra money on selling a lab grown. I'd rather take less profit and sell Mother Earth diamonds.
Don't make a mistake you might regret later. Get the facts from the area's trusted diamond experts at IDC.
I'm just trying to warn people what's coming. I can't sell a product I don't believe in.
International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Mullet, Millennia, and Waterford Lakes. Online at shopidc.com.
Here's how Tax Rise saved Yvonne over 99% on what she owed the IRS.
I got a letter from the IRS saying that I owe $69,000, and I had no idea what to do. That's when I contacted you guys.
Our tax professionals at Tax Rise jumped into action. They helped Yvonne file her back taxes and get into compliance, but they didn't stop there. They negotiated directly with the IRS to fight for her case.
Effective immediately, the IRS has accepted. All they want in return is $100.
Thank you guys so much. I can't even explain how grateful I am.
We're so happy we got Yvonne the relief she deserved. We've helped thousands of clients find solutions to their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. To find out if you qualify for a tax relief program, call TaxRise today. 888-507-0053. For a free consultation, call 888-507-0053. 888-507-0053.
Results vary, not guaranteed, uncompensated testimonial. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the new
It is a pleasure to join you today and every day, and it's been a fun week of shows, so thanks for going along on the ride. If you missed any of them, you can obviously go back to the podcast over on thenewsjunkie.com. I saw today that there was a big release from Apple where they said we're removing our AI news alerts. They had this thing set up where it would send out push notification news alerts to all their users using AI, which Apple is kind of leaning into, and they just kept making all these massive mistakes. Like they pushed out notifications that said Luigi Mangione, the guy who killed the healthcare CEO, that dude, that guy had shot himself. That was one of the false headlines they had. They incorrectly told users that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had been arrested. They incorrectly said that Spanish tennis player Rafael Nadal had come out as gay. He did not. They said Donald Trump had endorsed Kamala Harris and Tim Walz for president. Nope, that's not correct.
These are some wild fake headlines. Like,
these are
what?
Like any human being would beat the AI here. We still have some control over the future of the country if this is what's happening with AI out there.
But did people get these notifications?
Yeah, I think so. They said they churned out inaccurate summaries of news headlines from the BBC, Sky News, and the New York Times and the Washington Post, and they falsely created headlines that were not true. Apple told news outlets the company is working on improvements, and they'll make them available in a future software update. I personally haven't even messed around with any of the AI Apple stuff. I'm sure you have, C-Lane, right? You're always like testing out stuff before they release it and stuff.
Only a little bit because I only have it on my laptop currently.
Yeah.
I don't know if my iPad is eligible for Apple Intelligence, but the fun things that I like about it, I haven't used it for anything like worthwhile, but I do like when it tries to It takes all your text messages and tries to summarize them. Like if you have a long thread, if you have a long thread that you haven't read all of yet, but I don't have any.
Does it do a good job of that, or does it do like it does with the news headlines and give you a bunch of nonsense?
It usually does a decent job of it, but sometimes
all
it's
your
just,
friends hate you. Basically, is what they're saying in the 63 text group chat.
No. Imagine Sabrina misses a whole bunch of messages in a group chat, and then it summarizes it wrong, and she gets mad at somebody.
Or
somebody's gonna.
Oh, she's done that already.
Yeah, start to cry or something.
Yes,
that
you
too.
could be impacted personally by this.
So my phone won't allow me to have it. Like I got the update, and even in the update, they were like, "Get ready for this smart thing that's happening," and you couldn't find it. I know my computer allowed it, and then my iPad did, but I'm not like seeing anything immediately. I don't know if I'm supposed to seek out the AI as far as.
I think we flat out cannot get it. And I'll tell me if you have this experience, Sabrina, because I'm kind of losing it in the last couple of months with my phone. I feel like we're finally at the point where Apple is pushing these updates to our phones that they can't handle.
Oh, absolutely.
My phone is crashing. My phone is like, what if I go to launch something, it takes an odd amount of time.
Yeah, they do it all the time because you have to get the new phone. And then once I do, they're going to announce the update or, a better phone that I have to wait 2 years to get because I have to pay off the other one.
I just haven't in the previous versions noticed anything like this. And now it's like my phone is ground to a halt. And I was fine with it. I didn't need to get anything new, but because I keep updating like they tell me to, I'm screwed over here.
Yeah, I think for the and sometimes I don't even think I run beta software on my laptop, but I think for the Apple Intelligence, I had to go into the settings because they were kind of pushing it out little by little and ask for it, like request it, and then it didn't take long, and then it was like, all right, you're ready to start Apple Intelligence, and it gave me like a little walkthrough, but I didn't do it.
That puts ChatGPT on things for you, or no?
I think you're allowed to, you're able to tell it to ask ChatGPT things.
Right. Okay. So it's like it can do a handoff, like a handshake over from one to the other. All right. Let's get into things. Here we go. It's time, friends. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, Just call Mo. Watch, I'll get it right. 800-CALL-MO. 800-CALL-MO. Or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys out there trying to get your attention. But the thing you should know is that so many of them are just going to treat you like a number, and they're going to try to wrap things up as quickly as they can and not really think about what the best outcome is for you. But you could be treated in a better way. And I think that's why you should call 800-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. A settlement in a defamation suit, which, as far as I know, aren't super easy to win. This one was against CNN, of all places, and they had to pay out $5 million. And the crazy thing is, CNN did a segment about this Navy veteran, Moses. Mm-hmm. His name is Zachary Young. And CNN cast doubt on this story he was telling. They said this guy's a liar. They said all kinds of stuff about him. And when he sued them, then he got to see all their internal communications with each other.
Ooh, that's juicy.
And they were writing bad stuff about him. And he ended up with a $5 million payout. If you sue, let's say you sue CNN or Fox News or one of these companies after they do a news report. Let's say you sue one of the local TV companies. What can you get a hold of in discovery? How limited is it? If C-Lane does a story about me and he goes, Sean sucks, full report at 9 tonight, and he says,
you missed a word.
Sean is the worst person in the world.
For sure.
Here's all the things that Sean has done wrong, and he comes up with this whole salacious report about me, and now I sue C-Lane. What am I getting to look at? What can I look at?
Anything that's relevant to the case. Now, ultimately, it's up to the judge to determine what is actually relevant to that case, but discovery is pretty broad typically. So typically, if there's some possible connection to the case, it's usually going to be allowed in discovery. It doesn't mean it's going to be admissible in court, but usually you're going to have the right to take a look at it.
All of that, right? Because they, I imagine, give kind of, with subpoenas, we need all of your text messages between this date and this date. Which,
could they get that? And could they get, to go back to this example, was Sabrina is in the next studio next to C-Lane. If I said C-Lane did this report, I want to see if Sabrina was in on this. Let me look at her phone too. Would I be able to do that?
Probably not everything in her phone, but let's say communications between her and certain people that may be associated with whatever the case is.
But who,
those would probably be allowed.
Filters all of that.
Right. Who's that person?
Well, then there's typically experts that you hire to do that, so that can download the data, and then we'll filter out the appropriate data and provide it.
Gotcha. Okay. So, but she would still have to give up her phone. And then
there has to be some sort of download off the phone too.
The bottom of the ocean. How about that?
Yeah. If it's gone, they can't do anything about it. Maybe they can get it from the phone companies. I don't know what they got over there. But this was a pretty big deal, and they lost this in court, and it was a $5 million payout from CNN.
Did they lose it or they settle?
Let's see. The jury in the bombshell defamation suit found the network defamed. So it went to the jury, and they found that they were guilty, or that they defamed this guy, Navy veteran Zachary Young, by airing coverage that portrayed him as an illegal profiteer who operated in a black market when he worked to evacuate Afghans during the chaotic U.S. withdrawal. As a result, they are on the hook for $5 million in damages, with potentially more to come. This happened on The Lead with Jake Tapper on CNN, and the jury said, we award Young, the guy who they did a story about, $4 million and $1 million for emotional damages. So $4 million for economic damages and $1 million for emotional damage. Oh, and then there's more, because they said now they return to deliberations to determine punitive damages. Wow. What's the dice out between those? What's the difference between what they consider economic, what they consider emotional,
Give
and what
us
they
the
consider
dice
punitive?
out, Moses.
Give us the old dice out. I mean, economic is what you would think. Lost wages, pain and suffering, kind of your monetary damages. Punitive damages are damages if somebody acted in bad faith, basically to discourage this kind of conduct. So, for instance, if there's a car accident case and the person's drunk, a lot of times you can get punitive damages against that person, because we don't, as a society, we don't want people driving drunk and hitting other people.
Gotcha.
As if to say that if you drove drunk and caused an accident and they only charged you $10, you would go, well, it was only $10. I'll drive drunk again. Right?
Well,
keep that
theoretically. I mean, it's just to not encourage that kind of behavior in society. So here, they would have to show that CNN acted intentionally, which it sounds like they may have, and so that they could be entitled to punitive damages, so that other media companies don't go out and defame people in bad faith like this.
So I would then go economically, C-Lane has damaged me because my reputation is harmed, blah, blah, blah. And then I would say emotionally I've been damaged. And then if you want to just punish
Objection, he has no
C-Lane
emotions.
for his overall behavior, that's the punitive part of it.
Exactly.
And they released these messages, and this is them on their internal chat while they were getting ready for the program. Wow, this dude is promising them legal status or refugee status, they said of him. Look at you. We're going to nail this Zachary Young MFer.
Wow.
And they just continued writing back and forth about him in these documents that they had released. And now he's won a $5 million payout and could get even more from CNN.
Moses, I'm sorry to interrupt,
go ahead.
but when it comes to now, I'm like wondering, what about apps like Signal or Whisper? Have those ever been called to court, considering they're supposed to be like the apps
Secure.
you use to, I don't know.
I mean, a lot of times
pulled?
they have, they'll get a subpoena to go in there, and if they can get off of the servers, they're obligated to provide it. And so I think that was Mark Cuban had one of those type apps for a while. I don't know if it still exists, like Cloud Dust or something like that.
I forgot what the name of it was.
And his actually, according to him at least, the servers deleted it right away or within a certain period of time, so that if he ever received a subpoena, he couldn't provide it. And so that's the difference there, is even if the app company tells you this is secure or we don't release it, if they're ordered by a court to release it, they're probably going to have to release it.
That's weird, though. Can you do that as a company? Because that would be like, okay, let's bring it to us again. So, let's say Sabrina sends me a message on this magical app, and she sends me like a straight up threat. She's like, I'm going to kill you on this time and this day. I'm going to slit your throat, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
And then
That's not how I would murder you, but all right.
She's going to shoot me in the face.
Thought about this, huh?
She's more of like a poison type person.
I think it would just
Put
be a
some time
long joke right now.
That's the most personal way to do it, anyhow, right? So she says, I'm going to do the long choke.
She
and
wants
you
to
are
look
done
in your
for.
eyes as they lose oxygen.
Okay, I feel weird.
All of this is in this message that she sent me, and I watch it. I'm horrified, but then it just disappears because that's how the app's designed. I'm screwed because they don't have any sort of backup of this.
Well, potentially. I mean, you could screenshot it, obviously, and then you still have your testimony, which is evidence in and of itself. But if they can't get off the server, then they wouldn't be able to, actually prove from the server there. Now, the flip side of this is, when you operate an app like that and you're basically advertising, hey, everything's going to be deleted, you may be inviting a certain clientele to use that app. And then if you're kind of knowingly facilitating criminal activity, that could open you up to other liability.
Gotcha. Okay. So it would be kind of like the person running those deep web websites where people are doing all sorts of nefarious stuff. Eventually, that this is happening,
right,
and you're kind of facilitating it. An email coming in from, well, let's just say anonymous here.
I would want to run the website that deletes everything just because it would be easier for me as a business that every time I receive a subpoena, I go, we delete everything, brother. There's nothing for me to send you. It's not because I want criminals here. It's not because I care about anybody's privacy.
You just
I
don't have to
care
deal with
about
it.
not having to answer every subpoena that comes my way.
Right. Anonymous emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. This person says, I'm being forced to pay child support, in quotes, for the rest of my life by the state of California because the child was born with Down syndrome. It was not my fault for her disability. I never lived in California. I was stationed there in the military. Is there any options to fight or have a judgment like this canceled, says Anonymous?
Well, you'd have to go to California, look at California law. What I can tell you is under Florida law, if a child is going to be dependent past the age of 18, then child support can continue as long as they're going to be dependent. And usually that's
thought about that.
If they're disabled or have some sort of disability or things like that. So obviously it's going to depend on, how functional the individual child is, if they're able to get a job, things like that. Basically, the purpose behind this is if a child's never going to be able to work, the parents are always going to have to take care of them. child support continues.
Yeah.
So that's just at least the law here in Florida. Again, I can't tell you what the law is in California. You'd have to consult with California.
When I read the beginning of the email and saw permanent child support, I thought, I've never heard of this before, but that makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The dependent is going to rely on people for, a much longer period of time.
And frankly, the amount of the child support is usually minuscule in what it actually costs to support the child.
For a child like that, yeah. My God.
Does it seem, Moses, like it would be an easier thing to tackle if, he says he's never lived in California. He was stationed there at one point, and they ordered this lifelong child support. But if he was paying it somewhere else as well, like, can you be stuck in a situation where you've been ordered by two different state courts to pay this?
Well, it does happen just because people move around, but all you have to do is basically domesticate the order. So you take the order from one court and you file it in the other, and you consolidate the cases. So sometimes there's a thing where you'll be paying the child support to one state, and then you have to go file a motion to get credit in the other state to prove basically you've paid it. But you're never going to be forced to double pay it, or you shouldn't if you're doing things properly.
All right. Interesting. I had not heard of that before. Okay. When we come back, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll get into this Arizona man at a bikini coffee shop that found himself in a world of trouble. We'll also talk about a sheriff defending his deputies after handcuffing an 11-year-old girl. SpaceX, a whole lot more on deck before we wrap things up for the week. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hi, I'm Linda from Winter Park, and I just won $1,000 listening to Real Radio 104.1.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
Afternoon traffic has begun. Expect a bit more congestion on most of the major roadways, and authorities, emergency crews are on the roadways clearing up a couple accidents here where Goldenrod Road meets University Boulevard. There's an accident off to the shoulder on I-95 northbound before Old Dixie Highway. Travel with caution this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center,
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-Week Challenge. The Metamucil 2-Week Challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 Fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And Mom, you have my lunch.
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
At Galen College of Nursing, our now approach to nursing education means treating students as humans. We give you the care you're taught to give your patients, and we prepare you to practice with immersive experiences and on-demand resources to help you fulfill the potential you always had. Regardless of who you are, if you pursue nursing education at Galen, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap with a peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Right now, Wawa Rewards members can enjoy any size hot coffee for $1, any size iced coffee for $2, and a 16-ounce Monster Energy for just $3. Choose one, two, or all three. Simply open the Wawa app and redeem your bonus offer. Not a member? Download the Wawa app to join Wawa Rewards and start saving today. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
New Nissan start at $18,900. We gotta make room for new models at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
the keywords. It's how you can win yourself a whole bunch of money, why wouldn't you do it? You just listen to the voice that tells you the keyword and do what it says, and you can win money. Why wouldn't you do that? For instance, for those of you listening live, and that would mean like this is live listening to the television show or the radio show, both. What was the last one? Did that air correctly or did not air correctly before the top of the hour?
It did not. So it was bonus.
Bonus.
Bonus. So you go to realradio.fm and you enter the keyword. You could be getting up to $1,000, and by up to, I mean it is $1,000. Just got to pick up your phone when they call keyword bonus.
Make sure you pick up the phone, because if you lose money that way, people do every single day. You're going to feel so dumb. You're going to hate yourself for doing this. So that's the one for this hour. If you're live, if you're on a station where we're not carried live, you just heard it. And whatever one you just heard is the correct one. And make sure you work in that keyword.
Okay, well, something said bonus. Someone said something else.
Is that the one right now? Check. Okay, we got it out there. We got it taken care of. Now I can get to this.
Try to do something good for the people, and I get it wrong.
Well, that's the problem, because it aired before the top of the hour, and it screws things up sometimes. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Electric Jesus emails, and he says, fact-checking Sean. Oh, boy. Here we go. He says, I've been catching up on the podcast, and you've laid pretty direct blame on California mayors and the governor for, he puts it in quotes, causing the fires through a refusal to underground power lines. I have no comment on whether any other decisions have contributed to wildfire prevalence, and I won't harp too much on the fact that mayors and governors have zero decision-making authority on utility construction. But it's way off base to say anything along the lines of, quote, these idiots are causing all of these issues because they aren't undergrounding any power lines. I don't know if you're saying these are direct quotes from me, but this has not been my take on the fires. I'll get to what you are saying as a response to this in just a moment. But my take on the fires has been that California, and Los Angeles in particular, needs to realize that they are a specialty case, that they are not like the other cities. They are so prone to wildfires. And I'm not talking about climate change. I'm talking historically because of their location. It's one of the most beautiful locations in the United States of America, save for this major issue. It's just prone to wildfires, right?
Oh, yeah. I saw something pop up. It was a documentary from like 1961 talking about this exact location and how prone, like such a perfect place for wildfires as devastating as the one we're seeing in 2025.
It's super unfortunate, but it is just a reality that is the case. And so when they say, well, we've increased our fire department, we have more firefighters, they need a massive fire department because of just how bad it is in Los Angeles. The fire department in Sheboygan is going to see 1/800th of the action that the fire department in Los Angeles is going to see. And you have to be that big, exponentially bigger to be able to handle this. They have other problems with water. And I did mention, yes, a lot of these fires are started by power lines. And the undergrounding of some of the power lines would be an excellent idea. It's good in places where you have wind threats from hurricanes or even like the Santa Ana winds like they have in California. Overall, it's a better move for the long term, even though it's expensive, which I know you point out here in a second. It's a better move to underground power lines. I believe it makes for more beautiful cities. That alone, aesthetics, is enough for me. I'm all for it, right? But the bigger problem here was they knew they had 100-mile-an-hour winds incoming, and some of these places didn't cut off the power to these utility lines when there were winds that high. And there were active lines in some of these areas that did either start fires or had the potential to do so when those lines broke. That's where I was kind of dicing things up there, to use that phrase once again. But Electric Jesus knows what he's talking about, so let's see what he says. He says, undergrounding is not the panacea people think it is. While buried power lines reduce the risk of fire, they can and do start fires with regularity. I know you're the power guy, but I'm going to call BS on that. I think that maybe electric lines that are buried can still start fires and you could still have many problems, but I don't know that they regularly start fires on the level or the scope that power lines that are above ground do. I just don't think that's right, but I'll check it out. A great deal of power lines are a terrible idea to bury. He says there's different ones that you need to cool, and then he says it's extraordinarily expensive, which he's exactly right about. It is very, very expensive to do that. While undergrounding lines is a great idea in many cases, it's simply not in touch with reality to pound the table and claim it's direct blame for the fires. Love the show. Always happy to jump on again and answer any questions you have about the power grid, says Teddy, a.k.a. Electric Jesus. Thank you for the email, Teddy. Much appreciated. We're going to hear from
Another big part of your argument was like they could have done a lot more to clear out all that brush.
I think they could have. I think
all the kindling.
Like, it's interesting that some houses were able to go, here's our process. This is what we do, and it's kept our house safe from these fires. I also blamed, and he didn't pick up on this, and maybe he's a podcaster and he's not heard this yet, but I also said one of the things, nobody's fault really, but it's the construction of these homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and there's a lot of lumber in these houses. They're not, brick houses. They're not, concrete homes. They're not places that are less prone to burn down, and that feeds into this. Now, redoing all those homes is obviously very difficult unless they burn down like they did. Okay, we will get to your dispatches here in just a moment. Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm is with us today. JustCallMo.com if you have any questions after the show. But, Mo, I wanted to ask you this, because the sheriff's office, they're defending their deputies because two deputies detained and handcuffed an 11-year-old girl, saying she matched the description of a suspect. This is according to them.
A lot of 11-year-old suspects on the loose.
This is a dangerous town here.
See, I thought for sure you were going to say they were called to a school, and it was, I didn't know that there would be a bolo out for an 11-year-old.
So. Yeah, they said this was in Syracuse, New York, and according to the timeline of her detainment, they said she was dressed similarly to a person who was wanted in connection with the theft of a car.
Oh, okay.
She's 11.
Did they describe the height? Or they said, we know for sure an 11-year-old girl, around 10, 11 years old, that stole the car.
How tall is an 11-year-old? An 11-year-old is like a 5-foot-tall kid, right?
Usually.
Clearly, it looks like a little kid, I would think.
Average height of 11-year-old female.
Yeah, see what that says. The girl was detained a few blocks away from where the stolen car was initially observed, but they detained her and they questioned her, and they said it was reasonable, and they said they will change their policy to notify a parent or a guardian when they are questioning them. They didn't even notify the parents of questioning them.
Also, did they find the 11-year-old with a car or just walking along and then just like
Hot Wheels?
Get on the ground.
Just the outfit. She was just dressed similarly. What are anybody's rights, Moses, when it comes to if cops want to question you about something? They say, we're investigating. We want to question you about this.
Well, I mean, typically you have to ask, am I being detained or am I free to go? If you're free to go, then you can leave and not answer any questions. If you're being detained, I would still recommend that you not answer any questions and ask for a lawyer. And then, of course, whether they've wrongfully detained you at that point or not can be litigated down the road. But always be polite, be respectful, but don't consent to any searches, don't answer any questions. Just ask for a lawyer and go from there.
Can you ask the cops to show you the law that they are following at that moment?
Not typically the law. I mean, they can cite the statute to you. They may be wrong, they may be right. The one thing to remember is, cops are allowed to lie to you, but they can't show you false evidence. So they can tell you, we have your blood on the sweater in the other room.
They can do that?
They can say that to you, but they can't come in with a fake sweater and show you blood and say, this is your blood, and lie to you that way.
Damn. It's crazy.
So they can't fabricate evidence, but they can lie to you to try to get a confession out of you, which is always why it's a good idea not to speak to them and just have a lawyer present.
So it's kind of true in movies then when they like let's say Seelane and Sabrina.
Oh, they separate them all the time.
I'm sorry I'm detaining you guys once again here, but let's say Seelane and Sabrina are detained by the police and being questioned. And in the movies, the cop always goes, were you involved in this? And Sabrina goes, no, I wasn't. And then he goes, well, Seelane's singing like a songbird over there. Yep. So they could do that.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
And that's why you say, lawyer. I need a lawyer. I'm not answering anything until a lawyer. And they'll say, well, if you didn't do anything wrong, you don't need a lawyer. And you do not respond to that, and you get a lawyer.
It's weird, though, that there's kind of this, it seems to be like a loophole where if you say, I want a lawyer, and they go, okay, well, that's your right. But sometimes they keep asking questions after that.
Well, they're technically not allowed to ask questions after that if you say you want a lawyer. A lot of times, though, people don't give a definitive answer to the question.
So you can't say I'm thinking about asking.
They'll say something like, well, if you're going to arrest me, then I think I need a lawyer. And so that kind of leaves the door open.
Got you. That makes sense. All right, let's work in a dispatcher, too. Let's see what we got. Big Daddy Dave is joining us on the show. Hello? Big Daddy Dave? Oh, this is my fault, Big Daddy Dave. I got you down over here.
Hey, News Junkie, Big Daddy Dave here. In reference to Los Angeles fires, I think it would be a lot cheaper in the long run if they bury their electrical lines, because if they have fires after fires after fires, that gets very expensive.
True.
Wow.
So it has to be cheaper to bury the electric lines. Big Daddy Dave out.
Yeah, this is one of those things. And
would it now be the time to bury them?
Yeah, because there's a lot broken and burned anyways. This is one of those things where people go, it's very expensive to do X. Okay, it is. But you're only saying that because the problems aren't occurring right now. In the middle of the fire, when you're looking around at all the damage and seeing that you maybe even have a bigger bill from all the devastation from the fire than you would have to bury the power cables to begin with, you're not going to be making that same argument, I don't think. It's just how people think things. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What?
We mentioned Apple, so, of course, Seychelles incoming.
Oh, here goes.
I didn't even think about this. My God.
Good afternoon, the News Junkie, Sean, Seelane, and of course, my lovely Sabrina. Happy New Year, guys. This is the first time I'm listening to you, and all I hear is Apple this, Apple that.
We can't hear you, actually.
We did not talk about Apple that much this week or this year so far.
Today we did a good chunk.
And we talked about one thing.
And you were complaining.
Yeah, I said the AI was not doing a good job over there, Seychelles. I wasn't patting him on the back for anything. He says, I'm in a lawsuit, and I'm going to get at least $250 if my calculation is right, because I've been buying the Apple iPhone for my wife and kids for the longest time.
Wow.
What? You're a turncoat on your own Samsung people, Seychelles. That's really unexpected. When we come back, we'll get to finally this Arizona man who was in some trouble after an incident at a bikini coffee shop. SpaceX they had this huge starship that they launched, and it led to some problems up in the air. We'll get into that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watch out for an accident where Goldenrod Road meets University Boulevard. There's an accident off to the shoulder on I-95 southbound before U.S. Highway 1. Traffic is slowing down on most of the major roadways this afternoon, so travel with caution. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Mortgage rates are heading down. Many people have loans in the 7s or even 8% range, and if you're one of them, it's about time you explore the savings for a refinance with That Mortgage Guy, Don. You could lower your payments or get cash out. But start the process today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Future Health. Do you know how GLP-1s like Ozempic and semaglutides can help you lose weight? Find out if they're right for you at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hey, welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
My phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get one line for $20 per month when you bring your phone.
Really? Only $20 a month for one line? And I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's 50% off the base 5G unlimited plan.
Visit your nearest Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
The Tour de Cape is back for its 34th annual race weekend starting Friday, January 17th. Brought to you by the City of Cape Coral Parks and Recreation Department and their community partners. Visit tourdecape.net for more details. Sponsored by Calusa Riders Bicycle Club, Ends of Earth Cycling, Jason's Deli, Waste Pro, Lightning Wireless Solutions, Fairfield Inn, Flow IV Infusion Therapy, Linmark Sports Inc., Associates of Bruce L. Shiner, Foxtail Coffee, Tier 1 Security, SRAM Hammerhead, Papa John's, Walmart, Mast Family Culligan, and Fort Myers Islands Beaches and Neighborhoods.
Hey, this is Russ Rollins. You know, Solar Source, they just keep making my life better. Pool heated, taken care of. Battery backup for power outages, that is all covered thanks to Solar Source. And now they're going to install a solar electric system to wipe out my power bill. They're awesome to work with, and it's a great company. Customer service is really awesome with Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Call Solar Source today. The future is solar powered.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
At International Diamond Center, their diamonds don't just sparkle, they come to life.
The diamond doesn't smile at you, don't buy it. The diamond's got to talk to you.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says the reason his diamonds have this magical quality is because every diamond at IDC has passed through the highest possible quality control standards and chosen for maximum beauty.
You're seeing the brilliance and the scintillation. There's no obstruction in that diamond. There's no internal graining. There's no clouds. An IDC diamond is better because, pure and simple, we put the time, the effort of selected only the best. Every diamond is going to be handpicked by us. We're looking for nothing but the top percent.
So there's never any cutting corners, no compromising, no settling for an okay diamond.
Let's be critical. Let's pick the best and deliver the best we can. We do all the hard work in the beginning.
Is that diamond you're about to buy just okay? Or does it speak to you? Come to IDC and listen before you buy.
Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be on, where'd you get that diamond?
Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Game on! Coach R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. If you've been fumbling around town in a car you hate, then punt it. I need to kick off my new year. But first, all my 2024 rides must go. So this month you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $1 down. And that's a touchdown for not much down. You can even save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. So get in the game for just $1 down. At R.C. Hill, we're all about affordability. And my perfect payment program is a playbook of solutions. My finance specialists work hard to help you find a car you love. So if your old ride makes you feel like a loser, then punt it. Because we have over 200 used cars, all with warranty for just $1 down. But hurry, a deal this good won't last long and won't go into overtime. I'm RC Hill, and I'm your car dealer next door. See all my MVP rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com. Need to sell your car today? Visit rchillbuyscars.com. We'll pay you on the spot.
Credit and $1 down. Require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer ends January 31st, 2025.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. Join me and former NFL quarterback Matt Castle for our new podcast, Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle. Between us, we have over 17,500 passing yards, multiple New York Times bestsellers, and one Mirrorball trophy from Dancing with the Stars. So where else are you going to find a show with that much athleticism and football insight? Listen to Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Open your free iHeart app and search Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle and start listening.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
The weekend, basically, here. You've done it. Congratulations. You can join us on the show. Send us a dispatch or go to thenewsjunkie.com to learn more about the show. I saw that TikTok was closing up shop. Then it was opening. Then Biden says he's not going to do anything about it. He's going to push it over to Trump. And then the Supreme Court says, no, the law will stand. And I have no idea what's going to happen anymore. So I figure we should go to maybe the person who might know more about this, and that would be the CEO of TikTok. Let's see what the person actually in charge of TikTok. Let's get some actual information.
I haven't heard anything from him from what I understand.
I haven't heard anything from him since he did the thing where Congress was asking him all the tough questions, and I recall he was pretty good. He was pretty slick.
He was very level-headed, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're throwing all sorts of stuff at him.
There was one that was like, isn't it true that they look at the size of the pupils, and if they get bigger, then that's the kind of videos you're going to get in the algorithm? And he's like, no, we don't do that.
He seems chill, actually. Let's see what this guy says. His name's
not even why pupils get big.
The show here. As you know, we have been fighting to protect the constitutional right to free speech for the more than 170 million Americans who use our platform every day to connect, create, discover, and achieve their dreams. On behalf of everyone at TikTok and all our users across the country, I want to thank President Trump for his commitment to work with us to find a solution that keeps TikTok available.
This is an interesting argument of him going, we're trying to fight for your freedom of speech and help you achieve your dreams. And the Supreme Court doesn't want you to achieve your dreams.
They don't. The American dream is crumbling in front of all of us right now. And he's thanking Trump. He's thanking Trump with Biden on the way out. But he shouldn't be too hard. Biden said he's not going to pursue this. He was going to kick the football down the field to try to kick it off to Trump. But he's saying, I want to thank President Trump for his commitment here.
This is a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. As we've said, TikTok is a place where people can create communities, discover new interests, and express themselves, including over 7 million American businesses who earn a living and gain new customers using our platform. We are grateful and pleased to have the support of a president who truly understands our platform.
Unlike Biden,
One who has used TikTok to express his own thoughts and perspectives, connecting with the world, and generating more than 60 billion views of his content in the process.
Question for Mo in just a moment
American users, thank you for making our TikTok community such a rich and vibrant space, for surprising and delighting us every day.
He's positive.
Rest assured, we will do everything in our power to ensure our platform thrives as your online home for limitless creativity and discovery, as well as a source of inspiration and joy for years to come.
I didn't learn anything from that either.
I just like his attitude, you know? He just
tell us if you're closing on Sunday or if you're staying open.
I know. Do I need to pull all my content or what?
Moses, one thing that Sabrina noticed, and I think we both agreed this didn't seem right, was there was an attorney who, in a very mealy-mouthed way, was trying to say, if you use a VPN and subvert any kind of ban on an app, you too are somehow breaking a law or you're committing some sort of crime or infraction.
Well, I think it depends how the law is written. So is it written where it's against the company to where the company, or is it to where you can't access it? So, I mean, it's
this one's against the company.
Yeah. So, I mean, there were some states before where it wasn't illegal for a minor to possess cigarettes, but it was illegal to sell cigarettes to a minor or something like that. Obviously, they fixed that now, but it's the same kind of thing.
It's too bad.
Isn't it? Really trying to get those kids smoking.
Seeing a 6 or 7 year old smoking some Lucky Strikes would be a good visual, but
honestly, it sounds like a ripe opportunity for the cigarette companies to just hand out free cigarettes to the kids so that when they turn 18, they're already addicted and start paying.
Little kids on every street corner smoking is not a great look, but so this was against TikTok. It wasn't against people using TikTok.
We'd have to look at how the law is written, but that's what I assume. It's against TikTok, not people using TikTok.
Well, we're still unsure. You'll have to join us on Monday to see what the hell is going on. It's going to be a real interesting week next week for sure. Another thing a lot of people are talking about is SpaceX, the Starship that they launched, which I think this is one of the big giant ones that SpaceX has. Mega rocket is what they call it. Like, they're really large. And I can never tell if SpaceX is successful or not because
neither can I.
Like, they landed the rocket booster and that seemed cool. But on the other hand, the rocket part, the top of it blew up in the sky and had a bunch of people freaking out.
Into what I can only assume is the correct thing of smithereens. That looks like to me what smithereens should be.
Yeah.
And yet, the update doesn't make any sense to me. I imagine that's what you're going to mention next. At least what I saw was like, here's the video of what looks to be smithereens.
Yeah.
But one part that they needed made it, and so it was successful.
Yeah, I think they just claim success whenever they can.
That seems like a lot of money's being wasted right now.
There was planes that had to divert around this and be careful because there was all this debris coming down. And, of course, the dummies on the ground have no idea what they're looking at here.
Are those shooting stars?
Are they shooting stars?
Catch it on our tongues.
What are those?
What are those?
Look up, everybody! Look up! Look up!
Aliens could take this country and this whole world over so easily. We just look into space and we're like, what is that up there?
Honestly,
are those shooting stars?
If you were to compare those to other videos we've seen recently, I wouldn't think shooting stars. Those look a little bit like the missile videos.
Incoming missiles. You say that, panic. Everybody's freaking out. And I think this is the rocket booster.
Just like this silver flare coming back to the once again, we are standing by for attempting to catch the booster at
I still
the
can't
tower.
believe we could do this.
This would be the second tower catch.
Booster landing burn.
And it
lands.
So weird. Whoa.
It's so
Booster now
bizarre
hovering
looking.
as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster coming in.
That's
Ready for that boom. Eight.
down to 3 engines.
It almost looks fake.
Yeah, it does. It looked like when you make a basket in basketball, but it wasn't a slick one. It wasn't a swish. Like it landed on the pad, but it wasn't perfect. The super
It's
heavy.
impressive, and I imagine
It is.
saving a lot of money considering all the explosions headed out to space.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy that for so long we did it the other way. We were just like, all right, let's drop this in the ocean afterwards.
Go
start
find
from
it.
scratch. Yeah, well, let's try this over again. I don't know if you guys have caught on to this story at all. It's a big one online, and it's about this guy in Arizona, and he was caught going to this bikini coffee shop. You know how they have those places, bikini baristas.
This one's weird, man.
This guy is very strange, and the person who filmed him went up to him, and it looked like he didn't have any pants on.
Oh, he
when
didn't
was-
have any pants on.
He's driving by this place. You can see real quickly here.
Sir, you need to leave.
They said, sir, you need to leave. And then you see down by his waist, they've censored it, but, you know, it's pretty clear that this guy wasn't wearing any pants. And
was he wearing a bikini?
I don't know that he was wearing a bikini. I haven't seen the uncensored video, and I'm fine not seeing it.
Are you sure?
But he's no longer with us, this dude.
Ooh.
Yeah. It says, an Arizona man filmed without pants at a Tempe, Arizona coffee shop drive-thru has reportedly taken his own life after the video went viral online. Nautica Malone is
that
his
small,
name.
huh?
And they said the Maricopa County medical examiner said the guy ended up shooting himself in the head after he went viral for all of this.
Dude, and his mom is like
mad, right?
full like social justice using social media. Like this, you know, this woman should be charged who put the video online.
I don't understand that though. Like for what?
For leading him to kill himself?
She
I don't
doesn't
know.
know that that's going to happen.
Listen, guys, I don't know. I'm
No.
not defending
Hold
what's
on.
happening here.
I'm not asking you to defend or anything like that. I'm saying if we try to look at it from her perspective and she's mad and she wants this woman charged, I would say the woman saw a person behaving incredibly inappropriately and maybe breaking the law. Yeah,
Definitely breaking the law.
Breaking the law. And she recorded this person and posted it online. It sucks what happened after that, but in my opinion, I don't feel like she did anything wrong at all.
I mean, let's be really thorough here in our research. Moses, you're a lawyer. As a person who may or may not be in my car doing that thing, do I have a right to privacy?
No.
All
Especially
right.
when you're going through a drive-through, rolling your window
With
down,
your window down,
and
yeah.
exposing your sexual organs.
Right.
I mean, it's absolutely a crime. You have no right to privacy there, and she was not in the wrong for recording it because, I mean, frankly, you know, it was an assault against her. You know, having to experience that, it was a traumatic event. I'm sure. Yeah, like you said, what happened afterwards is horrible, but I'm sure the mother's just grieving here, and you know, just kind of putting that out there.
She's trying to deal with it the
Yeah.
best she can. But when somebody is taken from you like this, I think you lash out at whoever you can find.
of course.
And then that's who she found.
And typically in situations like this, you don't have someone who has gone viral for that act, commit suicide.
Right.
It's. I think maybe there was a lot more things going on, but everything now because that's gone viral. It's the mom's response that's gone viral, and now you have teams. You have to go. You have people that are saying shame on this bikini barista coffee shop, and should this even be allowed? Because if it was it there, then would he have done that? And then you have the other side of nobody's feeling bad because he showed up with his penis out.
I
to
like
this coffee shop.
I like the weird logic that it takes to end up at that argument where you go, actually, the bikini barista location is the problem. This guy just could not help himself. That's the kind of discussion that happens all the time where people will be like, he couldn't help himself. The place is what did it to him.
He was just over-caffeinated.
This is just a story of a creepy guy. This reminds me, do you guys remember early years of the show where there was the Swiss cheese guy?
Yeah.
Never found him.
They never found this guy, folks. He was in, am I crazy to say he was in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Or am I just saying
and all
cheese?
we had was it was a Swiss cheese masturbator. I believe it was in the Philly area. And all we had was like a blurry picture. But that was like the one picture they got after he had been seen on multiple occasions. And that was before like social media is what it is now.
Yeah,
we would have had
certainly.
multiple angles of this man and the cheese.
I'm trying to find I've already seen like some photos and stuff of this guy, but no actual legitimate organizations investigated this gentleman.
Hello,
it was just
we did.
It was super weird. So he was just driving around and he would be naked from the waist down and he would hold up a piece of Swiss cheese.
I thought he...
Look, here's one of the photos of him right here.
Hey, look at my cheese.
He would just hold up a piece of cheese. It's the weirdest thing in the world. There's some people who get off on these weird things, and that's what your son did, lady. He was getting off on seeing this and acting inappropriately, and somebody called him out on his nonsense. I don't think we should ever come at people, especially women in these cases, who are saying, what the hell, I want to call this bad behavior out and videotape it, even if the person ends up doing that in the end. All right, when we come back, here's what we're going to do, friends. We're going to do the final dispatches. We're going to do the stories that didn't make the cut. And we're going to do Today I Learned to wrap everything up for the whole week and get you all geared up for next week, which should be full of some fireworks and sparks and everything in between. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, how much do you want to know about your parents' past? Plus, the first and White House transition tradition. We'll do Sink or Sail. Got a great cigar for Embers Only. Primetime Kitchen with our buddy Fayez Cara. For trivia, it's Pick the Porn. And a guest host I think you're going to love. 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000 plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Friday forecast. And for today, we're overall expecting a mostly dry day with warmer temperatures as well, and even a few peaks of sunshine. So not as dreary as yesterday, with a high of around 68 degrees today in Orlando. As we head into this weekend, though, some big changes will be unfolding as a cold front pushes through. Tomorrow, warm and windy, a high of 77. As we head into our Sunday, better chances of showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder as that cold front pushes through with a 70% chance of rain.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
We're making room at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, so you get massive savings. New Nissan start at $18,900. Muranos, $9,000 off MSRP or 0% APR at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
VIN number RL905543. MSRP 21240. VIN number RC100521. MSRP 49020. Plus taxes and fees with approved.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
The new year is a great time to make over your home with help from Tools Ace Hardware. Tools carries the best brands in outdoor cookers, grills, pizza ovens, grills, and smokers from the best brands: Weber, Traeger, Big Green Egg, Gosney, and Napoleon. They also carry outdoor furniture from Polywood, made from durable, weather-resistant, and easy-to-clean recycled plastic, perfect for Florida. Get free assembly and delivery on grill and outdoor furniture purchases $3.99 and up when you shop in-store at any of the Tools Ace Hardware's 13 convenient Central Florida locations, or when you shop online at toolsacehardware.com. Tools Ace, your backyard place.
Don't just wait for the big game. Bet on big playoff games every weekend. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us and turn playoff predictions into paydays. If your team season is already over,
looks like they're headed home early.
It only takes $1 to make any game interesting.
And we're back. What a game.
Download Hard Rock Bet. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable in bonus bet up to $100. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-775-9088. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation. With TaxRise. For your free consultation, call 888-775-9088. 888-775-9088.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. TaxRise is not IRS affiliated or a law
Looking
firm.
to the new year, right? Going to get healthy. A lot of people want to do that. How healthy is your heart? Do you know? Man, sometimes you don't know. Life Imaging FLA can help you with that. Life Imaging FLA can get you a heart scan and find out how your heart is. Early detection of heart disease is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. And I have so many listeners from the Monsters and friends of mine who have been to Life Imaging FLA, got the free heart scan, and found out they had blockage. Saved their lives. That is a true story. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Remember, there's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And when you talk to them about the free heart scan, ask about cancer screening. That's super important. If you catch cancer early, it's an easier fight. If you catch it too late, not as easy. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
Do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is...
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday and send us off into the weekend. Anybody got big plans this weekend? Anything fun going on?
Ooh, I just got to put away all the camping stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You bet I went right to sleep when I got home.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have to. You were kind of fighting through the last hour of the show on Friday anyhow, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, big time. But, yeah, so that'll be part of it. Going to be measuring some furniture because we got getting a roommate.
Oh, does that happen this week?
Oh, no, it's at the end of the month.
Oh, okay. Are you excited about this?
Oh, my gosh, I'm so excited. But I've got a lot of stuff that I need to get rid of and put away because turns out Sabrina is able to fill an entire house with crap.
All right, let's ask some questions
Okay,
here.
this is not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, real quick, though. Is this actually going to be a big change, or do you guys pretty much live with each other right now?
I mean, we pretty much do, but the big change is, like, this is going to be her house as well, so it needs the space for it. I mean,
yeah.
I need to get rid of the closet that I've dedicated just to like costumes and fun
You had
blazers.
all that space. Yeah, you had all these different rooms you could do all this stuff in.
So that'll be the big change. But other than that, we kind of have a great thing going on, and I'm excited that we get to make it official in that sense.
That's cool. Good for you guys. I do want to show you guys something on the way
Thank
out,
you so
though.
much.
Celine, do you have big plans? I forgot. I didn't want to whirl right by you.
Nothing.
You're stuck in fatherhood hell, just you and Jackson.
Just having a lovely time over there.
I hear him ask on the Monsters each Friday, like, what do you got going on this weekend? And he's like, I'm hanging out with a boy. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing.
Well, no, for the second weekend in a row, Ashley's off Saturday and Sunday, so that's good. We at least have that time. Yeah, that's a nice thing because it's not always the case. Usually Saturday is just like a long day of me and the boy.
I got you. I know you guys probably think this is going to go in one direction, but I was sent
jump
this.
off a balcony.
Oh wow! Okay.
Soon. I was sent this video by an anonymous person. Okay, we were recently talking about bikini baristas, and I was sent this particular video. And you can see where it starts, but I wonder if you know where it's going to go from here.
Porn?
Well, let me know what you think, all right? Let me know if you hear anything familiar.
Hi, welcome to Java Girls.
All right, this is Java Girls, one of these bikini barista places.
Wasn't that?
Hot latte? Hot cappuccino? Hot barista.
For those of you new to the show, let me explain. The person that you're hearing in this bikini barista report is John Busdecker, who works over at justcallmo.com. But in a previous life, he was a
hard-hitting journalist.
He was a hard-hitting street journalist.
Oh, John.
On the ground, talking to the barista bikini ladies, and he was getting to this story long before any of these other
Thanks
folks.
for logging on to OrlandoSentinel.com. I'm reporter John Busdecker. Now, you could go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts for a cup of coffee, but here at Java Girls on Lee Road, they're putting a twist on that morning brew.
That's true.
I thought it was an interesting take on the coffee industry, and you've got Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and I think this is kind of a place where you can have a little bit of fun.
This is the guy who owns the place.
Dude's name is Bro Nano.
Todd Bronano here. I own Java Girls, the bikini baristas place.
And that place, like the building stood empty for the longest time.
It did, yeah.
And I would drive past it. I think there was one day that I was like running late, but I was closer to work than Starbucks. I'm like, okay, forget it. I'll just get the coffee there. And there I am, like sitting and waiting for somebody to come.
So awkward.
And I'm like, take the signage down. I can't imagine the amount of cars that pull up to see or to get coffee, and it's empty. Just
Also,
bare.
Busdecker's hair is just delightful.
Bieber. Get your coffee and get on down the road to work. So what makes Java Girls different than other places that you can
What
get
do you
coffee?
think, John Busdecker?
What stands out at this coffee
They
shop?
use completely organic dairy products.
Is anything that really stands
I mean,
out?
if you come in here, you've got bikini-clad baristas, beautiful women serving you coffee, conversation. It's, I guess, a little eye candy with your coffee.
Hot panini combos.
So what kind of people do come here to Java Girls? All different types. Everybody from people in business suits to car mechanics. The whole spectrum.
Those aren't bikinis.
So is it
Those
mostly
look like
men? or
bras. They're in their bras and underwear. Yeah, nobody's wearing a
It's
bikini.
lingerie.
But Busdecker was getting down to the bottom of things here back in the day.
Good stuff. I love
there
that.
you go. Okay.
What a fun surprise.
It ended better for him than that other guy. That much is absolutely for sure. So here we go. On our way out, friends, it's time for the final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Maybe. Who knows? Only one way to find out. That's to stick around with us in these final moments of the show. By the way, a brand new secret show is up for those of you who are subscribers over on thenewsjunkie.com. Check that out. And if you're not a subscriber, go check that out and see what you can get over on the website. Now to these final dispatches. Let's refresh here so we have the absolute latest. And let's go over to here's Guitar Slinger with a dispatch for us.
That Chinese gentleman from TikTok, I hope he finds the irony in making the arguments that a Chinese company is arguing about free speech and violations of capitalism. Hope you realize irony.
Oh, choppy, just the perfect way to end my week here with this choppy dispatch. Last one that we'll do is, I don't think we've done this one. Here's Mr. Mike.
Dave is fake news. He's the biggest of the fake news. He doesn't know what I wrote in the letter. He's just a bold-faced liar. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Should have stopped while I was ahead. Really should have.
That bad.
I could tell it was Trump. I could tell where he was going. I knew what he was talking about, the guy who tried to correct me earlier, who screwed things up himself. But this is just how it goes, right? Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Yeah, let's just celebrate it being Friday. Let's celebrate the weekend being here. On the way out, the stories that didn't make the cut, those pardons from Biden on the way out. He pardoned nearly 2,500 nonviolent drug offenders, according to ABC News. What's a pardon? A pardon is an executive forgiveness of a crime, while a commutation is an executive lowering of the penalty, just so you know the difference. Joe Biden has now issued more individual pardons and commutations than any president in history.
Yeah, I'm out, baby.
So that was 2,500 more. I'm not sure what his total is, but he's on top for the most pardons of a president, including the one for the very shocking and surprising one for his son, Hunter Biden. All right, it's time to... I got a couple more real quick. This one was one that I didn't get to. A drug counselor is now in trouble. A drug counselor at a New York State rehab facility sold crack cocaine on multiple occasions to undercover agents, said the police.
That's not, you had one job, I think. And
you had one job?
You make the most money if you cover all sides of the business.
Yeah. He gives them the drugs.
It's called diversifying.
He helps them out afterwards. On multiple occasions, Lewis sold crack to agents with the local prosecutor's drug task force. While conducting surveillance of him, they determined he worked overnight hours as a counselor at an inpatient rehabilitation clinic, and then on his off time, he would sell crack.
What was the counseling session like if he's selling crack?
He was speaking from firsthand experience.
Great recruitment tool.
You don't want to end up like me.
Really great recruitment tool. And the Washington Post has a piece about doctors in the United States. It says, should doctors help people die? ? Global debate hits home in the United States of America, and physician-assisted suicide continues to be one of these leading topics that we kind of flirt with, but in the U.S., we haven't done as much with as other countries, for the good and the bad. In Canada, they've made some big mistakes on that, actually.
Be awkward or maybe actually exciting to show up to your court-ordered drug counseling and recognize the guy on the other side of that desk.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work out for you, though. All right, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, January 17th, 2025. And let's see here. Today I Learned this guy is our first one. Chattahoochee.
Yeah, that's it.
Alan Jackson. That's right, Alan Jackson. Mo got it. In 1994, country music singer Alan Jackson was asked to use a pre-recorded version of his song, Gone Country. He had a live performance at an award show. He protested by having his drummer perform with no drumsticks in his hand for the entire performance, which is kind of funny, actually. Today I learned Leonardo da Vinci was ambidextrous and could do something unheard of. He could write with his left hand while drawing with his right hand. I do not think I could pull that off.
Wait, what?
If there was a gun in my head.
Right with
your
left, draw with
your
right.
left hand, you're writing, and as you're doing that with your right hand, you're drawing simultaneously.
That's sick.
I don't think I could even do like a stick figure while I was doing that. Today I learned this band right here. Devo.
Okay.
That's right, Devo. Weird Al Yankovic originally wrote a song called Dare to Be Stupid in the style of Devo. Devo's Mark Mothersbaugh, mentioned for the second time on the show today, said, I was in shock. It was the most beautiful thing I have ever heard. He sort of re-sculpted my song into something else, and I hated him for it, basically. Got angry at Weird Al for how damn good his song was.
It's a good one.
Today I learned there's a thing called balconing they do in Ibiza, however you'd like to say it. A phenomenon in which intoxicated partygoers die or are injured by acting wildly on the balconies of hotel establishments where they have stayed. Be careful. It's a bad idea. Don't do it. Today I learned the term jaywalking was promoted and popularized by the automobile industry. all to blame pedestrians for traffic issues that were actually started by
now
cars.
Now it's illegal?
Now, this is the term. The term was jaywalking. They wanted to make this a big deal. Like, that's our big issue out there on the streets. That's why they're not safe, which wasn't true at the time. And today I learned this band right here.
Primitive Radio Gods.
That's right. It's a long title. Standing outside a broken phone booth with money in my hand. Not change, as some very silly people have said.
That's money in my pocket.
At some point in time. It says money in my hand.
I got one hand in my pocket.
This is
Alanis Morissette. Thank you.
This is from your website, Sealand, that you made that I could download. So there you go. Primitive Radio Gods got famous for the movie The Cable Guy. That's where this was first featured, and it became a big hit on the radio shortly afterwards. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you, Moses, for being with us today.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you on